This is really the fighter and the kid.
Come on, baby. Let's go. It's going. Oh, we're rolling? Already?
We're in already.
Now, ShxtsNGigs.
ShxtsNGigs, yes sir.
ShxtsNGigs.
I love it.
The boys are here, man. All the way across from the pond.
Yeah, thank you.
What brought you to Cali?
This, to be fair, doing
yeah.
a little run. We're potentially nothing solidified. We're potentially going to do a little tour here next year.
Now, when you walk down the street in West Hollywood, are you getting recognized?
Now and again, not as bad as in London.
Nowhere near as bad as London.
Yeah,
no.
London.
Oh, you guys are Tom Cruise in London. I mean, you guys are massive. Man. You guys are big. You guys
Thank
are big.
you, man.
Thank you,
Appreciate
bro.
it.
You boys
Thank
are crushing it, man. I'm a fan. I was howling. It's tough to make me laugh on a pod.
It's the old
Oh,
shit
sick.
we used to do.
Dude,
Fucking bro.
what I tell him.
He called me up and
I
goes,
call
bro,
this
we
one,
got to
I'm like,
take a page because this is how we
I was
started.
like, you're like us, man. Like, dude, when you guys were talking about when people are calling in, they sent you things to talk about, and they're talking about worst things someone's ever said to them.
Oh my god, yeah.
Bro,
Brutal. General public are brutal.
bro,
Yeah.
it was so
fun.
it
I
was
watched
so
that.
like,
And then you talking about where they were talking about fancy ways to say you're ugly?
yes,
Oh, fuck
bro,
no. Yeah,
that was
yeah,
my
yeah.
favorite.
We take our bloodline very seriously.
Bro,
You don't have the symmetry that's needed.
Fact.
no, my favorite was it was like coming from an outsider.
Yeah. Pretty privileged.
Yeah, pretty-
Piss take. Bro, the
From an
internet's
outsider's
savage.
perspective.
Yeah, it's hilarious, man.
Now you're Nigerian by ethnicity.
course.
Is there pressure from your family?
There was.
Yeah, because you usually if you're going to step outside the Nigerian, even the Yoruba clan, you're going to take some shit.
Yeah, so I think it's different for me because I was born and bred in the UK as opposed to born and raised in
Yeah,
Nigeria.
I couldn't
Then
tell by that
moved-
accent,
Then
yeah.
moved to the UK then.
Yeah.
But there was a bit more pressure when I was young, especially because I have an older sister and she's more intellectual than me and she went through like the, not necessarily engineering, but she went through a smarter route than me. She went to a better uni than me. She got more better grades than me, you know? So
Yeah.
it was more of like a comparison thing. But
I understand.
As soon as I said, oh, I'm going to leave my job to start doing this full time, they're like, just make sure you're sure, you know? Just make sure you're sure it's going to work. But I've got faith in you, but just make sure you're sure.
But now they're cool. Now
Yeah,
they
luckily
see,
enough,
right?
yeah. We were
They see
talking
the
about it
bank
not too long
account.
ago,
Yeah,
yeah.
take them to dinners.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly,
they see what's
exactly,
up now.
exactly.
When did you guys know to kind of quit the 9 to 5?
For me personally, I quit way before we could afford to. Yeah. We had like a set. We like when stuff started to cook and we were getting better and bigger. We had like a whiteboard in our office, and we're like, cool. If we're making this much, we can go part time. If we go this much, we can make full time. I don't even think we reached the part time thing. And I was working. This is during like lockdown, and everyone was working from home. And I'd set up an office in my mum's house, and I was like, every day, like, I'm gonna kill myself. I can't do this anymore. Like, fuck this job. I actually can't handle it anymore. So yeah,
Being in a cubicle.
yeah, it was crazy.
My nephew
Somebody
just
else,
called me and said
yeah.
this. He goes, I'm working in a cubicle. I go, yeah, that, bro. He goes, I can't. I go, exactly.
Yeah,
you
I
got to
was-
find your plan, your escape now.
I was dying. So yeah, one day I was just like, all right, cool. I just rang my boss and was like, dude, I'm sorry. Like it's done.
But I was watching you guys podcasts. The beautiful thing is that you guys, just like us, would be doing that shit together in a bar or in a parking lot.
Say pub,
which is
though, you know?
You know what I'm saying? What's that?
Say pub, though.
pub.
for them,
Apologize.
A pub,
Thank you.
yeah.
You know, his mom is British, so
Yeah.
we got.
I did know that.
got some
Yeah,
Brit-
yeah,
Brit in the
yeah.
house. And now people can hear you guys just basically tell dick jokes, which is what we do.
Yeah,
we haven't gone we've done over 1,000 episodes. I don't think we've gone one episode, and I'm being serious, without alluding to the fact that we're both gay men and talking about
A
dicks.
reference of a wiener. Here's
We're
the
not gay
difference,
men,
though.
but you know what I mean.
He's 56.
All right, well, take it easy.
Yeah.
Like,
I got tight fitting skin.
It's insane, dude.
Give their fans a second to take this in. You see that? You see that?
I saw something.
You saw, and you
Yeah,
saw the
there's-
way you saw my body. You saw because you looked at me and you went like that a little bit.
Yeah, because it's like when you see someone so malnourished in such a like,
I thought he was doing better, man. How's he not eating?
No. No, I thought you were like, do you play football? Not the American kind.
yeah, like you'd be like a decent goalkeeper
Esque,
esque,
Esque.
on down days.
Yeah, on the off
You're
day.
not first choice. Not
For the
first-
rec league.
The guy who stands there while you try to hit him with the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Appreciate
cutting orange slices for the kids.
Fuck this podcast.
You give it a little bit of a UK Drake vibe, right?
bro, I get it all the
You get
time.
that all the time?
It's worse now because obviously getting recognized more. when we were younger, I would get it like all the time. But now, people come up to me like, "Oh my god," and I'm just like, "Oh, here we go." Yeah. And
it's not. I mean, it's not terrible.
Yeah.
But now they're recognizing you for you.
Exactly. But then you get confused because sometimes they rush over like, "Oh my god," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm him," and they're like, "You look so much like Drake," and I'm like,
Damn.
"Fuck."
It's not terrible. It's not like he's hideous.
He's not hideous, but he's not like, if we're talking objective looks, like he's not
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Jason Momoa is a man.
Oh, dude.
He's a real man.
Yeah, it's
He
not
is magic.
top of my list.
Yeah.
He's better looking than Drake.
Thank you very much.
Come on.
Okay.
Damn,
Hey.
Sanaz.
Coming in hot. Coming hot.
Just saying.
Let's go.
It's the first thing I said too.
I know.
Like, damn.
And you guys
the
have
Drake meter just had red hot.
yeah.
Up in this bad boy.
You guys have ladies, or are you both single?
Oh, we have ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have ladies. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I love that. I love young men. We got ladies. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm in that.
Be cool, man.
Across the ocean.
He's all be cool, man. Different area code.
That question for every dude is, I don't know why it's loaded. It's like, you're married? Yeah.
You got a girl? You're like, yeah, man.
So anyway, you guys,
don't
this
wanna
is
talk
studio.
about
This
that
studio
shit.
is nice.
Yeah, serious
Bro,
banging
my
to be
girl-
fair.
Are we in Calabasas? Is that what?
This is my best friend in the world. My girl was pregnant for 4 months before he even knew. I just didn't bring it up. Same thing with him.
Oh,
We just didn't
bro.
bring it up.
Yeah.
I didn't know your wife's name for 6
Well,
years.
that was embarrassing.
We had a party. I was like, what's her?
You're like, and then I was like,
He's like, you don't know her
geez.
name? I'm like, nah, man.
Oh,
yeah, we're bad.
All right, let me steal one of these. I need some caffeine.
Yeah,
I'll get you some, man.
try one of these bad boys.
What's this?
That's a magic mind. That's where we take everything.
Magic mind.
It's basically like it's like a.
Was it like nootropic?
It's like energy. Yeah, it's like a nootropic, but it's like it basically gets
Hand me
you in a
one
flow
beer.
state. But it's
Okay.
all natural. It's not like chemicals and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's got matcha, more antioxidants.
Do you own this
I like the way
company?
it tastes.
Why are you
No,
talking like this?
No, I just like it.
Even I know he doesn't
Why
own
you
it, and it's
talking like
suspect.
this?
No, I agree.
wish
It's
I
like
did
a
own
Ponzi scheme,
No,
right?
I wish I
try
did
this,
own it.
man. Let me know. For $14.99, I can
I'm
ship
really
it.
good friends with the CEO, and the reason I trust
I
it
see.
is he made all his money in another industry. Then he drank too much coffee, had a heart condition, and had to come up with an alternative to coffee.
Oh, wow.
So I know he makes it. He doesn't have to make money on it. So that's why I trust it.
It still
Fair
feels
enough.
suspect when you describe it like that a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like you were gonna say if you just give me like $5,000 now.
You $5
right,
grand,
guys.
we'll get you in.
Yeah,
man.
we'll
It's
get
a
you
good
in, and
deal.
then
This
you can
thing's
get
go big.
two
man.
people below you.
Yeah.
and they
Mark
can
Cuban,
cash out.
we talked Mark
Bro,
Cuban.
I literally called him because they're coming up with an energy drink, and I was like, "Can I get in on the action here? Let me get a little." So, but no,
It doesn't taste terrible.
Doesn't taste terrible.
It's good, right?
Yeah, fair
I don't
play.
know.
Sweet lawnmower.
But see if it makes a difference. See if I look a little clearer.
We'll see.
Was there magic
Give it-
mushrooms in
give it
there?
a- Yeah.
Could get weird, fellas.
Bro, I took magic mushrooms. We did Rogan.
Oh,
We
okay.
did this Fight Companion.
Yeah, I love the fight.
Where we watched, and I got some. He gave me some chocolate, but I took apparently.
No, you
too much.
asked for it.
Yeah, because you guys were fucking drinking and smoking weed, which I don't want to do at
don't
11 in the morning. So I go, well, let me try some mushrooms. Take the edge off. It'll be fun. I'm not a seasoned tripper. That shit hit me, and I literally at the end of the podcast,
You didn't
I go,
talk.
I have to catch a flight. I had 2 flights. I panicked, so I leave, and then I get on the plane, and I'm having trouble eating my popcorn. I'm having trouble negotiating my hand, and I start eating it.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
jeez,
Have you ever
bro.
had that? Have you guys ever done any psychedelics?
I've done. I think like edibles is the most I've ever done.
Yeah.
And even then, I was like pussy, like tiny.
Yeah,
little-
I don't get down with it either. It's not for me.
So you guys don't
not for
smoke?
me.
You don't? There's no way.
Nah,
I've smoked.
you smoke now and again, innit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you guys have been friends for how long?
14 years.
14 years, nearly 15 years. Yeah.
From the, I mean,
Yeah, we met on our
youngsters.
first day of university. We met. He was like the only other black. There was like him and one other black guy in the lecture, and I was like,
You're
all
like,
right,
those
cool.
are my guys.
Those are my
Yeah,
guys.
facts.
Literally, that's it. And then we've been friends ever since.
Yeah.
And then whose idea was it to start the pod?
It was
Uh,
James' idea.
Yeah, it was my idea. So, again, working full-time job, hated it.
And what was the gig?
So I used to be a personal trainer, and then at this point, what was I doing as a job? I was working in like gym sales.
God,
Dude, it was horrific.
Bro.
Yeah, it was horrific. And then I just literally needed. I was a super I'm a massive podcast nerd. I love podcasts. So what used to happen? He lived in Manchester, which is like 3 hours from
3
me.
hours from London.
So he'd moved there for work. So I would visit him probably once a month, and then every month would go out, get drunk, and then spend the whole next day just on his couch, just shooting the shit,
Bullshit.
laughing, talk about old stories, just like basically doing a podcast in his living
Yeah.
room
Wow.
every single time. And then I
But
said,
you were recording it or you weren't?
No,
we weren't.
we weren't.
We were just having a conversation, and then I said, "Oh, bro, like I'm not gonna lie, I can't stay focused on this job. I need hope. So even I don't expect the podcast to go anywhere, but I need to pretend that it can, which is gonna get me through this 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So we started it. I literally asked him for like 6 months straight, and he was like, no.
Why'd you say no?
I just probably
No
didn't.
time?
Not even time, because I've got time for my boy always, but it's one of those ones where
Come on.
I didn't feel like I wanted my face on screen and things like that. I wasn't into podcasts at the time.
Yeah.
You know, so I just thought it wasn't going to be my avenue. But
Celebrity's a liability now. It's not like.
But I don't think it's celebrity. Like with podcasts too, it's like everybody does it now.
Yeah,
like when we
literally,
started
yeah.
damn near 13 years ago, it was very rare. Like when you said podcast, we're like, what?
Yeah.
That's on the radio. You're like, no. So he was, because he was a full-time actor at the time. And when he did it, all his actor friends
know.
were giving
They've
him
seen all my
so
shit.
much shit. They're giving him so much shit.
Oh,
And I'm like,
my
I'm
agent
telling you.
was like, "What are you doing?" He was the one.
I was like,
he
dude,
younger.
I'm telling you, just show up twice a week. I'm telling you, it's going
Do
to
you remember when that was? When that moment was? When we had Conor McGregor on.
Yeah.
We had Conor McGregor on, and we were just sitting there, and we got along with him because we started talking to him, you know, when the cameras weren't on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like dudes. And so we're like, and so he kind of trusted us, especially him because he was a fighter in the UFC before him. But then I remember you just said, we just keep this going. And I go,
Because B was kind of in
I was
and
doing
kind
a
of
TV
out.
show. I was fucking, I was just an actor.
And I don't play that game. Like it's either you're in or all in or let's not do it.
Yeah,
right,
100%.
'cause I
I'm the same. I'm the
Like
same.
you got to, and you guys do it. Yeah, I listen to your show and it's consistent.
Remember I
It's
said to
people
him-
that do it here and there. It's
Yeah.
like you're not going to keep up, bro.
Yeah,
and like I come from TV, so with like ESPN,
sports too.
Showtime, and with sports, like you got to be consistent.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you can't.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I tell him anybody
We used to fight
any
about
advice. I mean him straight up.
Because I'd be on set. I'd be in makeup. I would come
2
here
hours
in
late.
my fucking shorts and makeup. My hair. I was crazy. But he was the one who was like, if we don't do it consistently, we may as well not do it.
Yeah.
And I remember I said to you, we'll keep it going. I go, what do you mean? And you go, we just keep doing this no matter what.
Yeah, for sure, man. And it pays off. Like we always said as well, like when opportunities are given to us, like our first thought process is always like, will this bother me doing it 3 times a week, every week for the rest of time? And will I still enjoy it? Or already am I thinking, this is going to piss me off in like a couple months, I'm not going to want to do this. And if we even have that, we're like, no, we're not doing it.
Yep.
If we can't see ourselves doing it consistently forever, then we'd just rather not even start because it's just a recipe.
You guys
for
have
disaster.
guests too, don't you? Sometimes?
We do like
Rarely.
once a month.
Yeah.
We have a guest on now and again. We're trying to do it more consistently.
I like when it's just you guys.
Yeah, most people say that, and that was intentional as well when we started. Is that at the time, most like 90% of podcasts, even till now, we're just doing like guest orientated stuff. And again, I was like, I just don't want the hassle of, for one, relying on guests, always looking for a bigger guest.
There's nothing worse.
Oh my God.
Take it from me, brother. When it comes to like, there's nothing worse.
And it doesn't
I
necessarily
think it's the worst
translate.
part of the game. It does, but I think it's the worst part of the game is, and I hate asking people to do
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
And if it's a friend, and so it's like when it's just us, that's what it was designed for. And then obviously to grow, you got to get guests. But when it's you two, that's the special
our
sauce.
favorite, man.
You
Yeah.
don't want to keep,
That's our favorite. That's why we only do guests once a month. And if we miss a month, we don't really care. Like I
is
think
what it is.
at the beginning of the year we said, okay, let's get a guest every month. And I think this whole year, we said that in January, we've probably had 3 guests.
3 guests this whole
Damn.
year.
Yeah, but we're just not
Yeah,
really
but that's
fast.
when you know you're vibing. When you just need each other and you're just bullshitting and you got something to talk about.
Yeah,
Exactly,
and it's
man.
authentic as well because it's not like we didn't know each other prior and like, oh, let's start a podcast together. We've known each other for years. The
Yeah.
conversations we have outside of the pod is the stuff we talk about on the pod. So
Yeah.
it's just authentic and easy.
I think it shows how talented you guys are, how good it is. Because again, this day and age, everyone their gay aunt has a podcast out of their basement.
Yeah,
and
literally.
they're pretty consistent because they know you can make money now. So for you guys to be an outlier in this day and age, like when we started, it was basically black and white.
Yeah,
but when
yeah.
you guys do, like now to like blow up like you have,
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
especially,
it's-
that's what I was going to say. Like, who's your audience? Is your audience primarily young men?
You think
No.
so? It's actually
No.
70% women.
Women.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is this? 70%
Because you guys talk about
women.
relationships.
boy, we couldn't be more different. Because this is a straight cock fest.
I mean,
My demo is
Yeah.
18 to 45 bros. Like that look like me, dude. Yeah. It's very rare we get a lady.
very rare.
We didn't expect it because, obviously how we are, how we interact, you'd expect the audience to just be 100% dudes.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
when the numbers start coming in and then like you see the demo, you're like, what?
But they want to hear
crazy.
probably how a man's mind
That's
works.
one.
Yeah.
Most of the feedback we get is starting off, they just want to see how dudes think, and that's why they're interested, and then they stay because it's just vibes. Like we don't like push a lot of podcasts, especially now. That's when everyone's talking about like, take away male podcasters and don't let them talk and all this kind of stuff. It's like
burn their equipment.
Yeah, burn their equipment. I think like very similar to you guys. Like we're a little bit more like nuanced in our masculinity. Like we just talk about like
Yeah.
we talk
Any
about,
and everything.
Yeah, I talk about like sucking his dick like all the
That
time.
was so funny when you were like, if he got bit on the dick,
Oh yeah.
and he's like, I mean, I'd suck it twice. It's like, that's right up my alley.
B, let's take a little break with the boys.
Love these guys.
I love these guys.
Love these guys, man. And
They're just like us, but
Yeah.
way more handsome and,
And
darker.
I'm going to be in Chicago this weekend. I don't know if
Oh,
everybody
dang,
knows.
Schaumburg?
I'll be in Schaumburg Improv October. It's Friday, Saturday, everybody. And then I'm at Raleigh at Good Nights, November 9, 10, and 11 in Raleigh, North Carolina. And then Calgary, I'm going back to, Mama, I'm coming home. I'm coming to Canada, Calgary. Been about 4 years.
Been a hot
November
second.
16, 17, 18. BrianCal.com for all tickets.
And I am headed next week. I will be in Niagara Falls, New York at Seneca Casino, November 3rd and 4th. Those shows are damn near sold out. That is one show Friday, one show Saturday. I'll have the great Brett Forte with me. And then Chicago, December 8th and 9th, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. And for the new tour, Keep On Trucking, I'm in Nashville, January 25th, Austin, January 26th through the 27th. Get your tickets at
It's my birthday, January
thiccboy.com.
26th, guys, so it'll be important. Listen, you got to get your fats, but you got to get good fats, like omega-7s. Like the kind of fats that Brian Johnson, who is that famous multimillionaire who wants to live forever, he's 45 years old, macadamias, he eats 2 handfuls every day.
You know what the problem with macadamias, though? They're only for the rich, dude.
I know, until you go to House of Macadamia. Okay.
What?
Yeah,
they're affordable
basically-
macadamia
They work
nuts?
with 90+ farmers in South Africa, dude. All right? It's sustainable. And then if
Dude,
you
I love
do-
their chocolate covered nuts. I love all, the 45% macadamia nut bars. I love all that.
Yeah.
I was drinking black coffee this morning. I went,
black coffee. Why wouldn't you put macadamia
well, I
milk
didn't know
in there?
that exists.
Yeah, they'll give you a gallon's worth. Let me say it again. An American gallon's worth. It's pure macadamia milk.
If I drink that macadamia nut milk, will I look like the owner?
Well, you'll have the best oils and fats in your body. It's great for satiety, meaning you won't be as hungry. Great for keeping your weight off. No added sugars, oil stabilizers, preservatives like other nut milks
Will it
contain.
turn me into the dime piece like that owner, though? That's all I care
Listen,
about.
that's not going to happen.
Can I just soak in that nut milk?
No,
and
you're
turn
not going to
into
be as
him?
good looking as the owner of House of Macadamias.
Okay,
but
I'll
if you go to
still take it.
houseofmacadamias.com/TFAK, you will get that free gallon of macadamia milk and the best nuts in the world. All right? houseofmacadamias.com/TFAK. Get some. Listen, Arcadia is a festival for a more beautiful world. Our boy Aubrey Marcus is hosting something where pretty much anything is possible. All right.
And it's a
You can be
great
part
time.
of
November
something
2nd
legendary.
through the 5th. It's at Area 15, not Area 51. It's Area 15.
We
That
got
is November
music.
2nd through the
Music.
5th. Dude, music. They have
Dr. Fresh.
Chromeo.
Elderbrook.
I'm a huge fan of Chromeo. I'd go just for Chromeo.
Elderbrook, Jai Wolf, The Glitch Mob, Troy Boy. You know why this is great? Because I'm 56 and I haven't heard of any of them. So
You've heard Chromeo songs.
Well, but it's going to be very hip if a 56-year-old doesn't know what the hell it is. But I know if Aubrey Marcus is involved, he never misses. And you like Burning Man, this is what Burning Man used to be.
This is
He's
the man
trying to-
without the burning. Yep.
Yes.
It's
yes.
Arcadia, and here's your chance to be part of this legendary freaking festival.
Tickets are selling out. They're sticking out.
Yep. All you
Prices
got to
are
do is
going
go
up.
to fitforservice.com/Arcadia right now. That's fitforservice.com/ARKADIA. You got Chromeo, Aubrey Marcus. What more could you want? It's
Glitch
Area
Mob.
15.
Come on. Right up my fucking alley.
Yeah, man. So I don't know why, but I'm happy for it because
That's the thing about masculinity or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's like people talk about identifying as a man or a woman. Just the truth is, as a man, if you're really honest, like if you talk about what it's like, you got to wake up every day and say, today's a good day to die. I got all the answers.
Yeah.
But fucking right behind your face, most of the time you're like, ah! I don't fucking know, or you're making up as you go along.
But I also think humor is like how you guys do the same. It's like that's how you deal with it. Like the world's crazy right now.
Dude.
Like we woke up to a mass shooting. So it's like, man, thank God you guys are here. Because like I woke up, I'm like, I got my kids. He sees like, Daddy, you walked in with a gun. I'm like, and he's 3.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't know.
Bro.
Here, I'm putting on Looney Tunes. Forget about that.
Yeah.
That's
So it's like, it's so heavy. So I think it's an outlet for people. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we say as well. Like a lot of time, I think people just come to us as just like a respite from all
the world's crazy.
bullshit,
You stay away from politics.
100%.
You have to.
And we're just not even that we stay away from it. We just take like a very light-hearted view on it, and we're just very adamant that we're just two idiots just talking. Yeah. So like, don't
take our word for gold.
That's why
we start.
I would say I shouldn't be allowed to vote. Like, dude, I don't know shit. I'm a moron, and my vote counts the same as somebody. Like, that's insane.
Well,
so don't listen to me.
Yeah.
It's like, and I tell because Brian's old and Brian's very educated, and he's into that stuff. I'm not. I've had to get more into it because we're in California, aka North Korea. So I've had to get a little bit more into it.
Yeah.
But I don't. It's not the takes on here it's nothing you're going to hear that's original or not regurgitated from more brilliant minds. Like that's not what we do. But Brian's older and Brian's very smart and witty with that stuff and he can do it. But it's not what
the audience tunes out, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
we start talking about that stuff.
I tune out.
Yeah.
He'll be talking. I'm like,
yeah.
Thank God.
Exactly.
Because I'll go down that rabbit hole. We'd start talking about COVID back in the day. People were like, next, fuck off. And,
it does get like that as well. And like, I think as well, like one of the things that we enjoy is like, we like to just like play devil's advocate. Like we could have like a conversation about like really hard hitting stuff in like North Korea and stuff. And then all of a sudden we'd be like, what if I was Kim Jong-un though?
Yeah.
That would be pretty sick.
That's the move. Go down that road.
To be a king where you can be like, I'm bored today. Someone brush my teeth.
Yeah, exactly. And just like,
I want a baby tiger to play
I tell everyone I don't fart and I'm just perfect and pure. Just like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So that's how we take like our stance on everything. Like we used to have a motto, just like, always find the funny in wherever it is, always find the funny. And we do obviously steer away from like certain things.
It's so smart. It's from
also
advertisers to just being authentic. It's like, like when my boys get around, like yesterday I was at this truck shop all day long. Not a single person talked about Palestine, the government, nothing. It's just not.
Trucks.
Yeah.
I think humor is like, you measure your life on the amount of times you've laughed. If you think about that shit. You think about it is though.
Christ.
I was thinking about that. It's like, you can measure your life on your accomplishments, but for the most part, like when you think about your friends or you think about good things, it's like you were laughing in that memory.
Yeah, exactly, man. That's like
a silly goose.
Our entire relationship is just laughs.
Based on laughter.
Dude, we had, how your iPhone does collages for you?
Yeah.
They randomly sent me one, and I was like,
Did
I die? I said to him, I was like,
but it's like he and I going like, doing like
over like 10 years.
I
Like,
didn't have any gray hair. I was young and shit.
It's like a montage you play at your funeral. I'm like, hey, iPhone.
The music as well, like the slow fade.
He sent it to me. He was like, it just said, bro. Like, as in, I was fucking kind of.
I was crying. I was like, oh shit, you play this at my funeral. All right, Apple. I feel you.
Yeah. You'll look back on that, you kids.
And then you guys are doing live shows too.
So we're doing, we just came off tour, a UK tour, doing the live shows. And we're not allowed to talk about, we're going to do some here next year. Yeah. And then we've got like one in the UK next year as well.
And was the desire to get on stage when you guys started?
Nah, you know what is what? It wasn't even, we just do the live shows for fun.
Yeah.
It's
for them. It's not for us.
Yeah, it's for them. And that's the thing. Like, even coming here next year, like, realistically speaking, we're not even going to make any money. We're just going to do it because it's nice to do. Our audience is actually majority American. I think it was like 40%.
What?
As American.
So as in your audience in general?
Yeah, in general. Across the world, it's 40% American.
Wow.
And we never spend any time here. Wow. Every time we do a show, everyone's like, oh, when are you coming to America? When are you coming to America? When are you coming to America? So we're just going to come here next year, do as much as we can. But we just do it for fun. Like, even with this tour, once we sold out all the dates, the promoter was like, oh, we can just double. Do you want to do extra shows at all the dates? And we're like, nah.
Hell no.
That sounds boring.
It's a different amount of work too.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, are you doing theaters?
We did theaters like between, I think for these dates, anywhere from like 900 to like 1500.
Capacity. And you're gonna take questions from the audience. You're gonna just do a podcast.
So we do ours
kind of.
Yeah, it's more like game oriented. It's very, 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 very like different to like our show. We have like certain segments that will just like make very grandiose, and then we have like a lot of games, like kind of like performances, And we just fuck around, just making it like
it's a party.
Yeah, exactly.
For the fans, a celebration.
Everything that we do in the show, trying to make that as big and excessive and obnoxious as possible on stage. That's what
First time you went on stage, were you nervous?
Hell no.
It's a different animal, right? It's a different Like you and him talking, it's just, I always forget people are listening. I'll say some wild shit.
Yeah, facts.
And then, things happen.
Yeah,
but then when you're out in the crowd, you're like, oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, wow. This is how you guys respond.
Yeah.
All right.
Because at the end of the day, sorry, bro. At the end of the day, we just say stuff to make each other laugh. So when you're actually in front of like hundreds or thousands of people, you're like, damn, is this actually funny?
Yeah.
Or do they actually think this is cool?
You start thinking.
You overthink.
Because you're just shooting.
Exactly.
And then hopefully
You don't
that's
do
it.
any stand-up, so you didn't start a stand-up.
Nah, we just started, and that's the thing as well. A lot of people, I think, especially like when they meet us, they're expecting like a certain personality that they see on screen, and they forget that, like, because I'm like a very introverted person.
Yeah.
And like, I only care about making him laugh.
Yeah.
I don't really give a fuck about anything else.
Yep.
Everything I do is just to make him laugh. And I know what makes him
That's
laugh.
the secret, though.
Yeah,
exactly.
And making yourself laugh. I swear to God. I think the minute you start thinking about what's funny out there, you're fucked.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
the idea is like, are we laughing? If we're laughing, you already know that when you guys talk and start talking about dumb shit like that, there's a huge audience that wants that stuff because everybody else is just as dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what the one thing I realized, that somebody might have a PhD or somebody might be in a job that's really serious. That doesn't mean they don't appreciate the shit out of everything you do, because they have a silly side that they can't express.
Exactly.
Or they don't know it's funny until they hear it. That's
Yeah. That's another thing.
That's
as well,
so
man.
Saturday Night Live has been around for so long.
Yeah.
Because Lorne Michaels' philosophy was, I'm not waiting for you to tell me what's funny. I'm going to tell you what's funny, and I'm going to make the audience catch up to me. And the secret of that show was that he believed that the audience was far more sophisticated than people thought comedically. So he would, the idea was to break ground and get people to go, is that funny? It is funny. That's why they have that kind of longevity.
Have you noticed things change now? You guys are making a little bit of money. Have you friends coming around, family?
Yeah.
People trying to jump on board.
I mean, yes and no. I think for me personally, they show a lot more love, and people like come out of the woodworks to be like, I had a message yesterday from someone I went to primary school with, and I was like, damn, I can't remember your name. And it's crazy. But more time it's love than people trying to like suck blood from you. So it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not been too bad.
Yeah.
There's definitely been like little technical scenarios where I'm just like, bro, please.
You can feel that.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, you
please.
smell that. Yeah,
But
come on.
It is what
It's
it
life,
is.
I guess.
Yeah. If I would
And
still
as you're getting
choose it.
bigger, it comes with the territory. Hate? How you guys dealing with the hate?
It doesn't
There's
happen.
not much to hate on with you guys, because it's not like you're giving hot takes on certain situations or other people,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, that's something we always
hate comes
try
from
and
that.
we always try and say is like evergreen as possible. We don't really take sides, but there has been a couple of times that we got in trouble in South Africa the other day because basically
You were in South Africa?
No, so basically the South African audience
Yeah.
On Twitter hated us for like a week because for God's sake. So basically someone had sent in like this Twitter thread, and it was from South Africa, and half of it was in English, but they would just pepper in different languages because they speak like 11 different languages over there. They would just pepper in different languages. So we were getting frustrated, and we're like, I want to read it, but we can't read it with all this gibberish. I can't understand it. And they were like, gibberish?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
And I was like, oh,
That's
dude,
all
no.
you say?
Yeah. That's literally it. And then it was
Bro.
just heat for a
Really?
week.
Really?
Yeah.
For gibberish.
Just for saying, And the thing is, we use gibberish. He could say something intelligent. I'm like, that's gibberish. You could say something about like Magic Mind. I'm like, dude, you're talking gibberish. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
That's just how we use it flippantly.
Yeah.
But they weren't happy at all.
They got
That's-
angry.
that's-
That's not too bad. Though.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
too
that's
bad.
where
too
like,
bad.
hey, eat a red dick. How
Yeah.
about that?
That's
You haven't-
searching.
no death threats yet?
No.
That's when you know you've made it.
Yeah. Not yet.
I
Actually,
get one on the daily.
I got.
Yeah.
I can imagine, dude.
You'll
I
say-
can imagine, bro.
Sometimes I open it up, I'm like, man, that thing's tough. Like when you guys did meanest thing people ever said to you, I'm like, boy, you don't want me to play that game.
Oh shit,
it
bro.
hurt your feelings.
That's like, I take that stuff seriously. That's one thing I take it to heart. When people can say
Sensitive with that
Yeah, I'm
stuff.
super sensitive about it. I could see like 10,000 positive comments, and someone could literally comment like, meh. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
That's what
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
focused on.
yeah,
But we're wired that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Your brain's wired that
So
way.
we just don't ever read comments now.
But they did a study on like people that go out and just hate on shit. And you'd think it'd be like some dude in his basement, a lot of times it can be. But what was fascinating about the study was that it's a cross-pollination of people you would never
a
expect.
mix.
Kindergarten teachers, lawyers, and there's something about some people who are just like, nobody can see.
Yeah.
They're behind the keyboard.
I don't know if
and it's
that's
just
the
fuck
majority
you.
though, B.
That's what this study said.
You've said that, you've referenced that study for the past 10 years, and
No,
I've
this
never
was-
seen
It
it.
wasn't 10 years, Bob.
You've been telling us about that, and we went through it.
This was a recent thing.
I don't know if
This was
lawyers
a
are getting
recent
on
thing.
there being like,
No, they
"Fuck
are.
you,
No,
Calvin."
they are. They
I
are.
don't think so,
No,
dude.
they are.
What
So
study was this?
listeners.
What lawyer was going to give
Well,
that up? Like,
because-
that's me.
Yeah,
man.
No,
to be fair,
facts.
yeah.
I'm telling you.
To be fair, I was hating on that.
We're not the only ones that get hate. You know, obviously, when a lot of people that get hate on their outfit or on whatever they, you can do anything, and there are people that just want to like that, and it's a way of getting their shit out.
Yeah, people do
know?
get a serious kick out of commenting. And the thing is as well, like you can't take it seriously because really, like I don't know anyone in my life who would opt in and comment in something. So to take the words of someone that I can't even conceptualize as a human being.
Oh, I don't even take Yelp reviews seriously.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know anybody that leaves a Yelp review or like a food review?
I've
I'm
never
like,
left
get
a review in my
like
life,
my girl,
yeah.
like, how many stars is it? I'm like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You think of people rating these
I feel like you leave reviews. Do you?
You leave reviews? You'll leave a bad review? Like, even if I have a bad
You're a piece of
Airbnb,
shit.
I don't say shit.
See,
I'm
for
like,
me-
"Ah,
Now, this, she is your manager.
She's our manager.
He is-
yeah.
he is-
This
One of
is
my best friends.
our very successful, handsome,
I was going to
good
say,
friend.
this guy that's a handsome man.
Yeah, this is.
In
looks
a
like he's about to
sweater
fight
vest.
Tyson Fury next week.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That, he
This is-
looks athletic.
He's a very famous musician.
Is that true?
Sorry,
All right,
he's
he's
not
not
like
me,
it.
man.
Yeah,
He doesn't
yeah,
And
like
he's
it.
modest.
The outfit's
He's
lit,
modest.
though, man. I wish I could.
I knew you'd like that outfit.
I celebrate
Yeah,
that shit.
I would get traded for
Celebrate.
cigarettes if I wore that.
Oh
You know
wow!
what I'm saying? But he
Traded for
he
cigarettes.
pulls that shit off.
Yeah,
I don't have that kind
Traded
of symmetry.
for
in
cigarettes.
Traded for
Little bottom boy. That's our term now. Bottom boy.
I'm a bottom
You're a bottom boy. Yeah.
boy. A bottom boy.
Do you guys keep up with, because, I mean, he's the biggest, most famous boxer on the planet, but Tyson Fury out there? He's a
Yeah, for
Manchester
sure.
kid.
Yeah. He fights Francis
Francis
on
Saturday.
Tomorrow, right?
Saturday.
No, it's Saturday.
Yeah.
What are we, Thursday? Oh, yeah, Saturday.
Saturday.
'Cause-
You're
Be
from
safe.
London, though, right?
London, yeah.
Okay. I thought not.
But he lives in Manchester, right?
Yeah.
Tyson lives in Manchester,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's unbelievable, man.
What's interesting out there where you guys are across the pond is like MMA is bigger out there. That boxing's bigger out there. Like there's more. They celebrate it more. They do better coverage than our coverage here.
Yeah.
So it's like the start. Like Tom Aspinall, who's fighting for the championship. He's from Manchester, pretty close. But it's like UK, like combat sports is it's just getting massive.
It's
man.
a big-
KSI with the cross pollination.
There's a big fight mentality in England.
Yeah.
You
don't
come
really
from a
think about it.
violent culture.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Big fight mentality, and like everything is like we don't. I've noticed this. So I was talking to someone about this the other day, and like in England, I don't remember the last time I saw a fight, but everything, especially across like dudes, is like physical violence is the first point of call. So like you can watch a lot. We watch a lot of like American podcasts and American shows and like YouTube channels and stuff like that, where there's a lot of like got your culture. Like people invite people on intentionally to
That's a
like
bummer.
to like fuck
Yeah.
them over.
Yeah.
Whereas like in England, I don't really see that. They will fuck you over once it's said and done, and then they'll hit Twitter. But like, there's not a scenario where someone can invite me on a show to like try and
Out you.
Yeah,
me in
yeah.
front of, because I will fight you.
Yes.
Yeah, I will fight like.
But you know what? Because you guys don't have the same gun issues that we have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
So like
also very
in
true.
America, like some dude cut me off the other day, and I was like, "It's all good, man." And he was like, he wanted to fight. In my head, if I was in England, I'm like, "Let's do it."
Yeah.
It should go my way. Let's see how it goes.
yeah.
You're sore, bro.
It should go my way. It should go my
can
way.
go 3v1.
We'll see how it goes, my
it'll
man.
go this
Right?
way. It will go this way.
Yeah.
You better have a sword.
But
and even then,
But in America, it's like probably has a gun. I don't want to get
very
shot.
true, man.
In
Yeah.
England, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. Chance of have a gun, whatever. Might have a knife, but guns here
incredibly
are
true.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So you guys are allowed to do that because you don't have the same
you can have a fisticuffs.
Yeah, here, no, you can get shot in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
do
bitch-
have, you
it's
do
like
have your
bitch.
share of
It's
knife
bitch
crime,
out.
though. You get knifed up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Because
especially-
that's the last resort or the only resort.
Yeah. It doesn't. I guess it does happen. It happened a lot when we were younger, though.
Yeah,
That's when it was like it's like pee.
Like,
I'm fucking
Machetes and
hurt.
shit.
A shank to
Yeah.
Dude.
you don't shot.
Yeah, it's
you don't
grim.
recover from that, you know. You
Yeah.
but I was in Bognor Regis.
Bognor Regis.
I know,
Why?
I know. I was shooting a show for Discovery Channel. It's
Oh
fucking
Jesus!
whatever.
I thought he was going to say I was doing stand up. I was like,
Yeah, bro.
wow, you're
Bro.
Chris Tan. Bognor Regis.
I went. The guy. They told me not to go out because it was dangerous. I go. I'm from fucking New York. Shut up. I go out, and I'm just at a bar. I just want to see what's up.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, I don't know how many fights I saw.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it for no reason. It just kept happening.
Yeah,
it was
man.
unbelievable. And they said that's where you can get stabbed. You know that.
Yeah, those are like there's
That's a
certain
rough area.
Yeah, like certain like really like poverty line areas. It's just boredom.
It's culture.
Yeah. Because there's like the benefit system in England is like some of the best in the world.
Yeah, you live
so
on
like
dole.
exactly. So people can just live off benefits, never have to look for a job, and everyone's just bored.
Just bored.
Everyone's just bored.
Fight.
So literally all there is to do is just get drunk and fight.
Yeah, just
And
like
have kids.
drunk
And
white
have kids.
people.
Yeah.
Just drunk white people with bad teeth. Like, for real.
Oh,
Like,
bro.
just
Yeah.
aggressive
Drinking apple
whites.
cider and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, just
You'll
like,
find that. You want to go to England? Yeah, you'll find that.
not
easily.
the most attractive group, right? I mean, I've seen better. It's not Miami.
Yeah. Well, we had some ugly people here too.
Yeah, but
You go down
there's not a lot
south,
of
you're gonna
sun.
see some.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
I mean, everywhere has ugly people.
This is pretty though.
Out here.
LA's nice.
LA is
A
nice.
lot of
consider-
shouting. A lot of homeless shouting.
Yeah, a lot of
Where-
homeless
Where
shouting.
you guys are at, is
Oh,
like
shit.
the American Idol for homeless. Like,
Yeah.
that's the most talented homeless in the
You
world.
gotta go down to Venice and places like down to
A
Malibu.
lot of homeless in Venice too, but
Not anymore, not as much anymore. They gotta handle it.
you'll see enough. But where you guys are at in WeHo is, that's the capital. I mean, you go to Skid Row where it gets super dicey.
Yeah,
But where you're at, you're gonna see a ton of homeless.
Yeah, I would
them
go-
bitches are talented.
Oh, bro, just shouting, dude. We walked to like CVS yesterday,
Yeah.
like 10-minute walk. I see like 3 dudes just screaming at the top of their lungs.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, damn, dude.
Just for no reason.
Yeah, where's the manners?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
At least
no,
the
no.
Grammar's
homeless in
bad.
England, they have the good manners to shout
Proper,
up.
yeah.
They're just asking for money.
Yeah, they're
They're just
quiet.
there.
Please, please.
Yeah, now
You
you're
go
not
down
screaming.
Hollywood Boulevard, them bitches juggling, chainsaws, just trying to get $1, man.
Chainsaws?
Yeah, it's wild,
hustle,
dude.
boy.
Pants off and shit. Yeah, it's cool.
That's
man.
capitalism, man. Well
Yeah,
done.
dude. Welcome to America.
To each his own. It's called the marketplace. Hustling. Yeah, I would get closer to the beach, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, hit Venice. You'd like it down
All
there.
right, fair
Say
play,
less.
man. We're here. How long are we here?
Abercrombie. How long are you here for?
We
till
fly to New York on Sunday.
Sunday.
So we got a couple more
What's-
days.
What's in New York?
More of the same.
More of this.
What other shows have you done out here?
We did a couple yesterday. So we did a movie one, which is called
Raiders of the Lost Podcast.
Raiders of the Lost Podcast. Movie geniuses. They're
Yeah,
really, really clever.
they're
Wow.
have their black
You
belts.
guys
Yeah.
movie guys?
Love movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Series, anime.
I like a couple of yours, not loads.
All right, man.
I'm playing
Not all of them.
And by a couple of mine, he means the parts I played, the small parts I played that I had nothing to do.
Yeah,
I
man.
liked your
I just
Joker.
showed up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Joker was excellent,
Don't-
man.
Yeah, don't blink, you fuck.
Yeah.
You can see me in the fucking mirror.
reflection,
When
yeah,
I was
yeah.
shooting, when I was shooting that
says
shit, I
one
brought
word.
the director over. I've known him forever. I go, Todd, come here. He goes, what's up? He says, I go, I'm not going to be in this movie. I'm spending 5 fucking days in
when
this
Brian,
fucking room.
no,
I called you up.
When
I was
Brian,
like,
he called
I'm
me.
not
He's like,
making
dude,
this movie, bro.
But Brian's out there for like 3 or 4 weeks, and I had to do something.
I'm in a wig, no shirt.
I was doing some show and
shit.
I was doing something out in New York, and Brian goes, "Dude, we just wrapped for the day. Come meet me at a bar." I was like, "All right," and I just got off. I forget what I was doing with that Andy. That big show for Bravo.
Yeah.
I was doing something.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, dude, I get off. I'll meet you at this bar. You didn't warn me. I go to meet him at the bar, and he's with the.
Lee
Oh, the small
Gilbert,
guy. Yeah.
My
But he didn't
buddy.
give me a heads up.
And Lee.
So I walk in. I'm like, that midget. And so I sit down, but he didn't say.
But I
nothing.
told Lee that. So Lee hates when people. So Lee's really small. You know who he is? He's
English, right?
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Lee doesn't
He
give
was
a-
in Game of Thrones too, right?
Yeah, no.
No, I know he's not the small person in Game of Thrones. No, he was in that
think
too.
he was, bro.
No, I know. He's not the. No, no, dude. No, I know he's not the main actor in
yeah,
Game of Thrones.
Thank
They
God
don't
they
all
say
look
that.
alike.
But you gotta understand, Lee's the kind of guy walking down the street. When you walk down the street with him, cars will stop to let him go. He can't stand that.
Oh,
shit.
yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
motherfucker. He also dates girls. He killed it. I don't know. He goes on dates with regular sized girls. So it's fucking great.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, that's not healthy.
Is that supposed to be a compliment?
No, I'm saying
He goes on dates with like women with like 2 eyes, man.
I'm saying he's very aware of the effect he has, and people always try to like accommodate him, which drives
yeah.
him nuts. So I said to him as we were there, I go, I know it's not him, Lee Gill.
Lee Gill?
Yeah, he's in The Joker, and I go, great actor.
Damn,
and I fucking
chin typed
say to
in
him,
little person.
I saw it, bro.
Yeah, it's not wee man, you asshole.
it's not Lee
Nope,
Gill.
this
Sorry,
is
sorry, Lee,
savage.
he's gonna kill me. It's just go to the cast.
Go to Joker,
Sorry.
small guy.
Yeah, he's the best. So I tell him, I say, listen, Brennan's coming, and I'm not gonna tell him.
Don't type in
anything.
small guy.
Yeah.
Okay. There's Brian right away.
Nice.
Yeah.
There he is.
There he is.
Lee Gill.
we're
It's
spe-
like-
we're
Oh,
spe-
Lee Gill, I got it right.
spelled, yeah, it's the way
That's
it's
Gaelic spelling.
yeah, he's the man.
So he's got a great sense of humor too. And I go,
Okay.
4
listen,
foot's being generous.
Yeah, he's very small. I said to him, I said to Lee, I'm not telling Brennan anything. I just want to see how he reacts, and he's gonna act like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And
This bar is buzzing. I was
you're
like,
not
what's
subtle.
Up? What's up? And I was like, yeah.
No, you know what you did? You went like this. Oh,
But then I'm saying,
what do you mean? Oh,
and then, but you're like, everything all right? I'm like, I'm good, man. And then we were just, I was like, trying not to laugh. It's fucking, you gotta give me a heads up, man.
we got a kick out of it.
Yeah, he was
I
great.
Like, see, hey,
no,
Brendan,
he's the
why are you
man.
trying to act normal?
Yeah,
What's
he's the
going
man.
on?
He's
Decent,
the man.
man. That's very cool.
So you went on a movie podcast.
We're in a
What
movie
else?
podcast.
That
We
story
went
fell flat,
on-
by the way. Don't think we don't notice.
I
that.
killed him afterwards. Yeah,
Nice.
carry on.
All right.
We went on a relationship podcast called Lovers and Friends.
That was cool.
That's the only two we've done so far.
Yes, we've
And
only
then
done
we've got
two.
this, and we've got another one
Retirement
after this
House.
called Retirement House.
Yep.
And then we've got
Kev on stage.
Kev on
tomorrow.
stage, and we've got
Kev on stage is great.
Who else we got? Don't Trip.
Don't Trip. Oh yeah, we were supposed to see
Fucking so many.
your boy.
Which
Rick,
one?
Rick Glassman.
Oh, Rick's the man, yeah.
But I don't think it's been booked in, but we'll see.
Have you done any pods yet where it's awkward, where you don't vibe with the other host? You guys seem pretty
Before
easygoing.
in the UK, we've done loads in the UK. That
Like
some
who?
of that's been awkward.
Yeah.
Not for the whole time, but there's definitely some where people think that like we will carry the conversation, and then like
You gotta do the work.
If we're a guest, like
Yeah.
we come in here to chill.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Facts.
Like
yeah, I'm
we're
not
just-
carrying the load here.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is your shit.
I do have to do it every week. This is like a day off.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's definitely been some where they're just like, even to be fair, even on Raiders. For a little, there was a few bits
Oh,
where they
yeah,
expected
they
the conversation
were,
to
yeah.
like, but we've never met before.
Facts.
So like, they'll bring up a topic that isn't movie related, and then we're just like, yeah,
No.
It's
They're
not.
like-
It's not movie related.
yeah. So they're just trying to have like normal chit
General
chat.
conversation.
They're
Do you,
not
guys,
asking.
do you guys think there's movie buffs? Do you think movies are in the past 10 years have gotten better, worse? Are the movies you like?
10 years worse?
Are they are right. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
So the movies you reference are usually 10 years ago.
Yeah, there's a couple. Don't get me wrong. There's been a couple bangers, but
Like what?
overall in the last 10 years?
Yeah. What do you think?
To be fair, one
wide span.
Joker.
Joker was decent.
Yeah.
I really like the Joker.
Yeah, Joker was sick.
Joker's
Second one's
great.
going to be sick as well.
Yeah, I agree.
What's the last?
Tim
one?
Dillon's in the second one.
Is he really?
Yep.
Does he have a bigger part than you?
I would assume.
Has he got?
Oh, Tim.
Yeah, Tim.
Todd loves comedy, so
He's
it's not
hilarious.
surprising.
Tim's
by the way.
savage.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as like doing just the pod, like someone, well, you guys do it together, but I do a podcast where you're just talking to the camera.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
far
yeah.
as someone doing it just to camera, Tim's the best the world has. to
I've
offer.
listened to a few of his, and he
His
rants
rants
for
are
like an
epic.
hour straight. He doesn't take a breath. And the memory recall is like, I get so
Savage.
jealous of stuff like that. It
Savage.
pisses me off because I'm
Me
so
too.
slow.
Oh, dude, I got CT. Yeah, yeah. It's.
I mean,
we're
you
trying
gotta do
here.
that shit. Yeah, it's unbelievable, man.
But you guys are killing it though. I have to give you guys your flowers. You guys are probably a massive inspiration for our podcast, I think.
Oh,
Really?
appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I
Appreciate that.
I struggle. I was saying to Fuhad the other day, I struggle with a lot of imposter syndrome. Sometimes when people will send us in messages like, "Oh, bro, like you really, really, really helped me. Like these drives to work and these commutes to work, like it's just the worst thing in the entire world, and I hate it. But the only thing is, I know every Monday it's going to be a good drive to work. I know that for a fact. And that's something that I can rely on every week. And I feel like an imposter because the only time I've ever felt that is when I was doing the commute to work and I would listen to this podcast.
Oh, damn.
Come on,
Thanks,
for
brother.
real?
Yeah. So big
That
props to you
imposter
guys.
syndrome
Yeah, that
never
makes
goes.
me a little emotional.
That
For
imposter,
real.
me too. That imposter
Damn.
syndrome never
That's
goes
nice.
away. If it does, then you're a prick.
I'm so glad
It
you said
never
that.
goes away.
I'm so glad you
it never leaves. It
I
never
heard
leaves.
an
And that's why
interesting-
consistency. Sorry to interrupt
No,
you,
go
but
on.
that's why consistency so important, man.
Important, yeah.
Because I'm the same. I have certain podcasts that I listen to, and if it's not there when I'm hoping, I'm like, motherfucker, you get so down because it's like it's a routine thing.
important
and
part
you're
of people's
banking on
lives,
these
yeah.
guys getting it done, man.
You know, somebody said, I think it was Gary Shandling. I don't know if you remember him, but he's a great comic. In this
Yeah, one of the greatest
and
writers too.
he said, it was I can't remember the comedian, and the comedian was, who was the comedian? Really well-known comedian, very funny. And I think it might have even been Eddie Murphy or someone. They said, I never feel comfortable at a Hollywood party. And Gary Shandling said, if you feel comfortable at a Hollywood party, you are Billy Crystal. And that also means you're not funny anymore.
Oh, okay.
And I, to your point, I'm so glad you said that. I think you should always feel like an imposter, and I think you should always feel like a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Maybe where comedy comes from.
Anytime I do it, like if I walk into if I'm doing a big podcast or any venue I go to for stand up, I feel like when I walk in the green room, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
And like oh, I'm here for the show. Like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Okay, no doubt. Like, no argument either. Okay, no, I'll just, I flew all the way from, I got it.
You're also just bigger than everybody else, an ex-athlete, and you're just with these misfit comics.
No, it's not that.
But
It has nothing to do with my athletic ability.
I'm saying you're physically, when you broke into the world, you always we kind of pushed you into it. Like when we were doing podcasts, we would do live shows, be like 1,200 people, and I would go, I would look at him and go, "You're going out first. I'm going to be late." And he'd be like, "What?" And I go, "Yeah, you're going to go out and tell a story for 10 minutes."
I could never do that to him. He would just wouldn't go.
This
the show would close.
1,200 people never done stand-up.
wouldn't go.
I promise on everything I love.
Yeah,
On everything I love, I want to go.
But even when I was in UFC football, it has nothing to do with my size. Even when I was on the football team in the UFC, I always felt the same. That doesn't go away.
So you should. I think as well, though, there's also like the flip side of it. I listened to an interview with what's his name, Sadguru.
Oh yeah.
And he said his take on imposter syndrome, to an extent which I believe, especially in like business and stuff. He said you should only feel like an imposter if you believe that if all of it was taken away from you, you wouldn't be able to get it back. So if you was to start from scratch and if you think you're here by accident and you think if all the fame and all the success and no one knew who you were, if you were start again, if you truly believe that you would never get back here, then you should feel like an imposter. If you know for a fact that you know enough and you learn enough and you're intelligent enough, charismatic enough, whatever you need to do to get back,
you're still gonna make it.
You belong here and you should feel like you
That's a
belong
great hot take. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, that's so fucking true. I think longevity too, like staying relevant, is a motherfucker.
It's difficult, man. And like, it's another thing as well is like, I always knew that I told him from the start, I always knew that our podcast was going to be successful because I'm my worst critic ever.
Correct.
Like I hate everything that I do. I don't want to hear my voice. I don't want to see my face. I hate everything. So when we did our first episode and I listened to it and I laughed, I was like, okay, cool. It's going to be fine.
How do you keep
it?
If I can like it,
I can't listen.
How do you keep yourself true to that? Do you watch the podcast? Have you done?
I do now because
you do. You rewatch it.
Only because we take all the clips that we put out go through us first, and we review all of it. Like we don't edit it anymore, but everything still goes through us, so we have to watch it. And I still don't like watching it. It's the worst, but it's just a necessary evil. But yeah, I think I knew from the jump. I think a lot of people, even like we said, when everyone has a podcast, I will only start something if I know I'm going to be good at it. Yes. I'm not going to embarrass myself like that. Yeah. Like public shame is like my worst fear.
Yeah.
So I would never start it if I didn't know. And I think a lot of people just think like, oh, this is cool. This is fun. Like I enjoy stand-up very, very, very much. I would never do it because I know I wouldn't be good at it.
How do you know? That's not true.
I just don't have that talent.
I disagree with you.
We're not comedians.
I've seen you guys.
Yeah, but we make each other laugh.
I don't care. Yeah. I've seen you guys.
I just don't think I'll be good.
Well, no, hold on.
You know what?
But you have an imagination.
But you know what, B? The other thing with them, I don't think you need to do it.
Right.
Oh, well, yeah. That's another thing as well.
Take it from a guy who's done, sometimes you're going to spread yourself so thin. Stand up is the hardest thing you ever do. So that takes so much energy. Yes. It's you can only do so much.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's another thing. You
do this 3 times a week?
So we do it. So we have a second YouTube channel that we do. So at the minute,
we're recording twice a week.
We record our main show twice
a week, rather.
Twice a week. We do our Reacts channel once a week, and then we're about to launch a Patreon only show.
You only have time for this.
Once a week.
Yeah, exactly.
we focus on all our energy on this.
And this is working.
Which benefits us massively because we don't rely on brand deals. They're nice and stuff. But we don't rely on anything else. We just do everything like in-house. All of our editing does
and you get sponsors and all that.
Yeah. We have loads of sponsors. But yeah, mainly we make more from the show than we do from like our sponsors and our brand deals and the stuff that we do outside.
And that's
this is our main focus.
Beautiful. Don't fuck with it.
Yeah, never.
We can't.
Never.
Can't go back.
Can't go back. You imagine going back working a 9 to 5 now?
Go back.
We had a conversation yesterday. We were walking back from the shop yesterday, and I was like, "Man, life is so sick, dude."
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine we actually live this life? And he was like, "James, I promise you, I can't go back.
No.
Whatever we need to do, we need to do it.
Yeah. Whatever it takes.
It's like being out of jail.
Whatever it takes.
I'm never going back.
Yeah.
Dude, if I got to start an OnlyFans and keep this life, whatever it takes, dog.
I've got pretty toes, dude. I'll do what it takes.
Oh, yeah, I'll do some funky shit, man. keep this life going, man, for my kids, too, dog.
100%. Yeah, be careful. Keep your nut small, because if you get a really big nut, all of a sudden now you've got to do it. So
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah, I need to borrow money. Huh? What happened? Was that
pitch him on Magic Mind again?
Oh yeah, guys, Magic Mind is a hell of a.
I think I can feel it cooking. To be fair,
It's
I'm
fucking.
locked in.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Can
Well,
you
so
imagine-
we started it because he took one and he was talking to me like this, and I was like, "Man, you're kind of aggressive." He goes, yeah," and I go, "You took that magic mind." He goes, "Fucking A." I go, "It feels."
Yeah.
And I was
you feel
addicted to
it.
Adderall, so it was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
nice.
God.
yeah, I get some problems.
I feel like if you drink coffee and then you take a magic mind, it makes it's something about it that makes
Unhinged.
it better. Do you feel it or no? You
I feel
be honest.
tingly. Yeah, I feel good. I feel good. I feel alert.
Focused,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I'm having intrusive thoughts.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
Yeah, I keep looking at you thinking, I'm
thank
pretty sure I could pick you up. I really,
Pause, my God.
if I wanted to,
Why
I'm
don't
pretty
you go
sure I
like
could.
that on my neck?
Yeah, I'm
How
pretty-
strong are you?
But just 2 feet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could, man.
Yeah, pretty sure I could.
How strong are you?
I'm pretty strong, bro.
God.
Can you imagine
Don't
going
choke
from
me.
this fun life to going back to fucking being a personal trainer?
So you were a personal
I
trainer.
was a personal trainer.
I was too, man. It
That
was-
explains your chest
Thank you, dude.
and your ass.
dude, personal trainer.
Thank you. Thank you.
By the
Thank
way,
you and
you're like
thank you.
you don't think I
You drank
take a
him
man
in.
in because I
Hey,
I
yo, you drank me in.
I mean drank you in a.
He also describes fighters as banged out. So, Jesus.
It
makes me feel sick.
Listen, I drink you in a semi-straight way is what I'm trying to say. Right?
Yeah.
But when I'll look at a man's ass and legs to see if he's an athlete, if he's hitting that part first. You
Yeah,
understand?
yeah.
And I noticed you got a bit of a tailpiece.
Bro,
on
I used to have a problem, man. I had to stop squatting because
Tailpiece.
my ass
one
takes
of those,
all of it.
yeah.
My quads weren't growing for years, and I was just all ass, bro.
That
So I had
ass.
to start doing like hack squats and
Got
like.
that Nicki Minaj body.
I was-
Yeah.
Bro,
was
take it easy. You got
infuriated.
hungry eyes too. This
bro.
magic mind makes us horny. We give a fuck. Put a filter on them lenses.
Yeah, bro, I'll give you something to drink.
We're talking about some brown on white crime.
Nah, bro.
I said it out loud.
Brown on white crime.
Yeah, Jesus. This segment brought to you by Magic Mind.
Magic Mind's like,
Give me some stock,
The
motherfuckers.
Magic Mind guy's like,
No, we can't do this. Yeah, but so were you an athlete before this?
Nah, so we've always been big into sports. Like nothing. I was a boxer when I was young. Played a lot of basketball,
Okay.
and then I stopped growing, so I stopped playing basketball.
Never got into what we call soccer. You call football?
I personally, I fucking hate the cold. I hate the cold, dude. So I never played football as a kid. I played it with my friends, but
Cold makes me a coward.
I hate
Makes me
the
a
cold.
coward, yeah.
So I was I
He
was
doesn't. He doesn't deal. I'm such a pussy. I got a long neck. I can't conserve heat.
yeah, bro.
You also have no body fat, so it's
Yeah, I'm shredded as a motherfucker.
you feel like
Nice,
a
bro.
crow.
You guys will
boy.
see me later. I'm taking my shirt off.
Say
I'm
less.
gonna treat you. I'm gonna treat you. You guys will drink me in too.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
But yeah,
Sir.
boxing and
I can't believe you
basketball.
went like
That's
that.
it.
I want to pick you
Two
up.
fingers.
Bro, I'm sorry. It's
so
just. I think it is the
disrespectful, bro.
neck.
It's
I got
just
a thick
you just have that body where it's like I could kill him.
No, bro, I got a fucking wrestler's
You
neck.
guys are gonna leave him like, man, that's fine. That guy's gay though, right?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Hopefully. I do a little boxing and wrestling too.
Oh yeah, I heard that you.
Yeah. I'll keep you busy.
I definitely fuck you up. I saw.
No, no,
I saw.
I'll keep you busy. I'll keep
Yeah,
you busy.
dude. I mean,
Breeze
No, no,
by
I
it.
got some tricks.
Bro,
you know
I'm
what I
a-
mean? Old
I'm a-
lion with some tricks.
I'm a 3-stripe wipe belt. So
Oh,
chill.
well, nice.
Have,
You want
have you
no
guys
part of
ever
it.
got into it like on the show? But your personalities don't seem like it. But you ever like me and him have straight up arguments.
No,
We're eventually-
we've never had an.
No.
In our
We had
entire
one argument.
friendship, we only had one argument ever.
Oh no, I got
Yeah.
anger issues. I've gotten in his face.
Oh,
Now he'll
really?
pull my head off.
Seriously.
I have anger.
He has horrible anger issues.
Again, the dynamic is different as well because he would just like.
And he's older.
Yeah. But we can't take that risk because
Yeah.
it would be like.
He's Nigerian. He's got a whole clan behind him.
Yeah.
Your
I like
generation
how you
would
keep
be
saying
killed.
clan for some reason.
Because
Yeah.
Nigerian, he's got. If you're Nigerian and you marry a Nigerian, you're marrying their whole family. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, you're
And
not wrong at
also,
all.
if you fuck with him, you're gonna have to fuck with his brothers, his cousins. They'll come from Lagos. It's a disaster. Your children will have to contend with
It would
his
be
kids.
tough, bro. But yeah, we've never
I don't know if that's true. I
argued.
just like saying
No
shit.
issues.
Never, ever.
No.
We actually. I'm kidding. We get along. Like we get along.
I hope so.
We've had to,
You said you've been.
We never.
You
we've
come
never-
on here and you find out we hate each other.
Yeah.
We've never
Never meet
we've
your
gotten
heroes.
into it on text and then I'll call.
Oh, okay.
He'll call because once we talk, it's
It's over. It's sorted.
Yeah, we usually do like if every time we have an issue, we do like a little love sandwich. Well, I always start off like, bro, I love you,
But
but
Good for you.
issue, and then be like, anyway, do what you want to do.
Yeah, good
but
for
I love you. This is my problem.
well,
and
it's a
then-
marriage. Don't kid yourself. You guys have a business and a huge thing going.
Yeah.
That's a marriage,
Yeah,
and
for
you're as
sure.
strong as your union. And so you have to learn how. And I was thinking about that with us back in the day. Is like we had to figure shit out right now. There's no left or right turn. Like it's like we got to be honest with each other. If something's bugging you, you got to be honest about it, and it's the same thing.
It's with some heavy shit too. Like when we got when I got fired from Fox, I call him, I was like, hey, we don't have the studio anymore. He's like, well, I'm like, I got fired.
I
I
can
was like,
always
but don't
tell.
worry. I did. I was like, I already have a studio lined up. We'll figure it out. Then I made shirts like bet against us and all this shit.
The best
I'm
is
ready to go.
I can tell when some shit's going down in his life because I'll get this text. What's up?
just randomly.
What the fuck is this?
Just,
you don't you don't do that.
fishing.
Yeah.
Just
How you
fishing.
doing? I'm like, hey. He goes, hey, what's going on? I go, not much. Anyway, he'll start talking, and I'm just waiting as he's.
Well, I'll open up with something I don't give a fuck. I'm like, how's your jiu-jitsu going?
Yeah, I'm like, huh? And then, man, and then it'll start.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you do? I would just get a text with my name in capital letters.
Yeah, James. That's how you know some shit's up.
With a bunch of A's.
Yeah. Dot. That's how you know some shit's up. Yeah, facts.
Wow. Yeah.
That's life, man. It never stops. There's always a fire to put out. Always a problem.
Bro.
But
Always,
for you guys,
right? No matter how good it gets.
I woke up to
Yeah.
like 37 messages this morning because of the time difference. Waking up here, everyone's like basically finished their day at home. 35 messages, all about 35 problems. I was just like, bro.
Bro, it's
heavy
true.
lies the crown.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was thinking about the other day I woke up and I was stressing about some shit. Then that's kind of what's good about the Israeli conflict, where you're like, well, my house has no murder. My house is a murder-free zone.
It could be
Let's start
worse.
with that,
Yeah.
and I'm not in physical pain. So, you guys don't have kids, do you?
No.
Yeah, shit'll change.
And then I think for you
a
guys,
good way, in a good
I think for you guys too, and I'm sure it's coming, is eventually you get to a certain level and you guys are there where one of the executives with the TV networks, I'm like, this would work on TV.
Yeah.
We've seen it like with Deuces Mero. It's what we do is not for TV.
Yeah.
It never translates.
independent, man.
It never works.
Stay radical and independent for real.
Yeah, man.
And when you sell out, then the fan base like, oh, we're out, man.
Yeah,
And then you
yeah,
try
yeah.
coming back and like, no, we're good, dude.
Yeah, we were talking about a few months ago. We were talking about KSI, and KSI like still does, even though all the other stuff he's still got going on, he still does like really corny, like try not to laugh YouTube videos every week.
And that's what made him big.
And
right?
exactly.
I didn't
He's-
realize how big KSI was. But I guess out here, because especially I'm older, but maybe the young kids do. But I didn't realize how massive he was. Because he's the reason why Prime's is big. It's not.
I did
Everyone
not
thinks
know
it's
that.
Logan.
Yeah, I
it's
thought-
KSI's the reason why
Really?
it's so big. Because he could have done it with Jake.
So he's
and
still
they did.
huge.
KSI,
bro.
bigger than ever.
Huge.
He
He's
just fought.
huge.
Yes.
Yeah, he just fought.
We went to his fight
But
last
what
week.
made him
Oh, how was
big
it?
was
Not good.
in person, not good.
No, it was equally as bad in person as it looked on the screen.
Yeah.
It was.
he's not a boxer.
Yeah, he's
not a boxer.
really not.
But you know what the problem is I don't know what expectations you guys had going in. I don't have high expectations for it.
So hard.
So,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
if they fight at a level that's out of 10, it's a 2. I thought it was going to be a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at 2, I'm like, well, all good.
Boxing's
also,
so hard. I mean,
but it's not even about that. Like
Yeah.
if you're thinking you're going to see a Tyson Fury type of fight, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
So for those guys, I give them their flowers. I take a lot of shit from my people, who are fight experts, but it's also like you got to remember like what Tommy Fury's doing. Right? You got to remember Tommy Fury in England, he's big. Out here, he's big, right? But the name is prize fighting.
Yeah,
Prize
exactly.
is the main thing. Tommy Fury is a prize fighter. He's made more money in 3 fights than at the cruiserweight division. The champion, he's made more than that guy will make ever in his entire career.
Yeah.
Bro, he's
in
cracked
3
the
fights,
code, man.
And so people are hating on him, like, but remember, it's prize
Prize fight. It's
fighting.
about
Yeah,
the
he
best.
just-
He's made
Yeah.
$30 million, I think, in 3 fights.
Yeah.
Jesus, I didn't even know that.
Damn.
He's like 20 to 30. We don't know the exact estimate. It's probably
Yeah.
20 to 30 million.
Yeah.
And he's fought YouTubers.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He's won you
He's,
fought.
he's cracked. That's what I say. He's cracked
He's
the code,
cracked
man.
the code.
He just has to
Dime
be
piece.
moderately
It's also
good.
not easy. It's also not easy to get in there. You're still getting hit in the face. I mean, you're still
I
training
mean,
for it.
there's no risk to him either.
Yeah.
Because he's fighting KSI. The guy KSI's not going to knock him out.
Yeah, exactly.
Jake's not probably not going to knock him out. So it's like he beat the game, bro.
Oh, bro,
He's won.
Yeah.
What would
he's
you
locked
do
it
with that
down.
kind of money? You ever think about that?
30
How
million.
different would your life be? Honestly.
I would have picked you up. I would
Not- not worry about the legal- yeah.
the impulsive thoughts.
My
would
lawyer's
have
going
been-
to
as long as you
contact.
lift, when you lift from the legs, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Would you guys ever get into the kind of that YouTube boxing world?
Never.
You guys are
There's-
big enough.
There's not a
where
number,
no-
bro. I'm waiting for the call, and I promise you. I've said before because I know
It's coming.
I would be the guy who gets dropped. My ass would hit the canvas twice,
Facts.
and I'll do that double bounce, look up, and be like,
Yeah, the world is watching.
I wouldn't be able to live down the embarrassment.
You have to move to
I've
Kauai or
way-
something,
Yeah, I have way too much pride.
There's a lot riding on that shit.
Nah, it's not happening, man.
He
They're-
got
they're-
offered. He got recently offered.
I bet
I
you
saw.
did.
I saw the numbers they were floating around, and I was like, "Come here, I need to talk to you."
It's not Tommy Fury, man, but
MMA
it
or
was
boxing?
good. What's up?
MMA or boxing?
Here's the thing. If it was like influencer boxing, yeah, sign me up. I'll do that.
That would be a piss take. You'd do 3 fights a night.
Yeah, I'd be easy payday. I'm like, hey kids, sit front row. But the problem is I got offered a bare knuckle MMA fight.
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
With another big monster.
Nah, not worth it.
No.
Hell no.
But
not worth it.
I was like, we could start training now. I'll hold mitts.
Brian was like, it'd be good for content. I'm like, bro, if this is what we have to do,
We're done.
A little leech.
yeah.
Wet my beak a little bit. Let me get my 25%. I'm
Damn.
But you guys wouldn't even consider it.
I wouldn't consider it.
You know it's coming.
Smart.
I bet it will come, but the thing is, the more I say I'll never do it, the more likely I am to get the email. But I'm not doing it.
Yeah, but you don't have to. You'd stick
exactly.
to this shit.
Yeah.
Be funny. That's what we need. You don't need to get on.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of times you're lending yourself to the spectacle of things, and that's a debate, right? So now it's just like, I don't know. So you don't want to compromise who you are for attention.
I don't see the point, man. It's just like the money's not going to make it. And literally, unless it is like 30 million, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like
That's life-changing.
Yeah, it's life changing.
Yeah.
It doesn't
I could
actually,
stop doing what I'm doing.
I could just show up and then just take like a punch and be like, oh no, I'm done. And I didn't give a fuck. It doesn't matter. I'm done with you guys. Like it's over. But like for the money, because like Swarms, there's a UK musician who always fights on the Misfit cards.
Yeah.
And every fight, he's lower and lower and lower on the card. He gets rocked every single time.
He won one.
And he's a
fight,
rapper
like,
as well.
twice.
His facade is gone. Like he's just now he's just known as just the joke that gets knocked out in 10 seconds. He actually got knocked out in like 11 seconds the other day on that same card.
Yeah, same card, yes.
Bro, embarrassing. And they're not even paying him enough for him to stop because he keeps coming.
He keeps coming back.
He might not be doing well in his other lane. Though. So that's why he's
definitely not now as well.
Yeah.
Music's done.
Yeah.
So I couldn't never be another Swan.
Hard to look good when you're.
But I think guys like KSI, Logan Paul, Jake, like they can lose in their fan base. They don't care.
Change, yeah.
Because what's different about them than real fighting is that they don't care about wins and losses. They care about the build up and they care about the characters.
Everything's a win, man.
It's a reality show.
Even like literally the KSI losing to Tommy straight after Jake's just lost to Tommy. Now KSI Jake is going to be bigger than it ever would have been before.
Their promo is insane.
So it doesn't matter what happens. They just know how to manipulate it to make it.
I'm sorry to
more
be
money.
ignorant about this. I don't follow this. Is KSI going to fight Jake now?
I think that's
They've been talking about it for a while.
Yeah,
like the build-ups.
They have beef. They've had like beef over years.
Yes.
Like beef over years.
I think he's got his hands full with Jake.
Jake will fuck him up.
Jake will fuck
Yeah, Jake would fuck him up. KSI knows. But my thing, KSI just got big just from like video games.
So he was like a FIFA YouTuber. Same with all the Sidemen. But he's just like the biggest out of his group. So the Sidemen, you guys know about the Sidemen? So Sidemen is just like a YouTuber. It's like the biggest YouTube group, if you will, in the world, probably. It's just like a bunch of guys who used to sit in their room and play FIFA.
They just all got together.
Yeah, and then they were just all friends, and they used to just like cross-pollinate, and they formed this group called the Sidemen, and KSI was one of them, and he's just propelled himself to be.
And what
He's
is
a Justin Timberlake of that group.
Okay,
Exactly. That's exactly what he
So
is.
they
He's the
basically
Beyonce.
they were a podcast or what were they?
Nah, so they were just gamers, dude.
Oh, gamers.
Get younger.
I'm sorry. Let me take out my dentures.
No, so they all have their own they all have their own separate YouTube channels, and they would just like collaborate
video games.
and then stream and just play games, and then like they formed like a quote unquote group called the Sidemen, and then they have videos together on their Sidemen channel, and they all have their separate YouTube channels as well. They make crazy money.
They all have like all the individuals have like millions and millions of subs, and they just celebrated their 10-year anniversary last month.
More power to him,
last
man.
week.
Like KSI had a cool post. He was like, "This is why I went from this to this." Like he got in great shape, and obviously has fame and money now. And he showed a picture of him in the boxing ring. You know, he's kind of jacked and shape. And they showed when he first started on YouTube, he's just like this nerdy kid on there with glasses on. You're like, talk about the glow up. God,
literally.
What about me if I
that
fucking
forehead
get on
stays there,
testosterone?
Dude, I was gonna say, as
That
long as
forehead
as long as the
does not
bandana
quit.
stays on, the
shit.
glow up's crazy.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah, man.
man.
Money can't fix the forehead, but he
Hey,
is
bro,
crushing
come on,
it now.
The hairline is.
Are you saying he wears a bandana because
Oh, bro, have you not seen it without it? It's concerning.
crazy,
Yeah,
it's concerning?
It is concerning.
disaster. Yeah.
It's a disaster. C'est un
Disaster.
disaster, as
Yeah.
we say in French. Speak French. Doesn't matter. You guys knew that. That's crazy.
But yeah, to go from that to like this, I mean,
I gotta get on
top
fucking
5 most famous people. I mean, he's
dude,
massive. Man.
Crazy.
And I knew
famous.
Prime was big when my son's in baseball, and it's like my turn. The dads have to bring the snacks every game, whatever. And it's my turn to bring the snacks. And I brought Gatorade like a goddamn gentleman. And these kids were like, "Where's the Prime?" And I was like,
Goddamn gentle.
"Yeah." And I was like, "What? Prime?
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck you know
nerd,
about
beat it
Prime?"
with your Gatorade.
Oh,
What are you,
dude, they were
1990s.
They were gonna riot.
Yeah.
They were fierce. There's no Prime, and right down like, oh, whoa.
Yeah,
These
the influence
boys-
is
And that was
crazy.
before it was like.
I don't know how it was
My
here.
12-year-old is like that because I get it for free. I don't know where the fuck it comes from. Did you set that up?
Yes.
Okay. So I get a free shipment. My son literally grabs it and just goes home with it every
Yeah,
time.
they send it to us as well. And my barber came around to cut my hair. He took all of it. He was like, I was like, "Oh, do you want some Prime?" He was like, "Yes, please, 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 for my kids." And I was like, "All right, cool. How many do you want?" He's like, I have 7 kids." And I was like,
damn.
I just gave him 2 crates. I was like, "Bro,
Yeah,
just go."
7.
And they've even got like, they're making it for kids because they've got the new like Glowberry flavor. And they've got like rare, ultra rare, like the different bottles. They treat them like Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's insane.
Crushing it. Crushing
Great marketing, man. They know what they're doing. They really know what they're doing.
They'll sell that for.
Oh, the amount of money, like Logan told me the amount of money his first check they got from the I was like, wait, what? Like, damn, man.
Yeah, he's got some cash.
Oh, that's cool. Nuts. Nuts.
Fair
Like
play
you're
to him.
done. You'd be done.
Are you guys going to do Flagrant or anything in New York?
No.
Doing the basement yard.
Oh, that'd be great with Schulte.
Oh, you guys are-
Yeah.
Do you know Schulte? You guys,
We just missed him. We were supposed to go to. He did a show in London.
Yeah, he was
last
just
week.
there. Yeah, he got back.
Yeah.
The day before we flew, I think.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to go, but our recording session ran late.
But he's back now when you're in New York. I'll connect you guys when we leave.
Yeah, sure.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
You guys
We'd happily
crush
do it,
on
man.
that.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his, man.
He's great.
He's funny,
And that's
man.
a good podcast.
Yeah, for sure. I like Fragrant.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my faves.
First time in New York, or you've been to New York?
It would be our first time when we
Really?
Yeah, I went when I was like 7 years old.
Damn.
But
Yeah.
it's gonna be sick.
That's wild.
Yeah, should be
You're gonna
fun.
like that, man. Especially down where Schultz's studio is. That's a cool area.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't. You'll be like,
All the boys are up there. Like DeStefano, do you know Chrissy D?
I've never met him, but yeah, I know who he
He's
is.
great.
Yeah,
He'd be a good one for you guys.
Yep. Sick, man.
Schulte.
you are garbage
Yeah.
or we are garbage or whatever. Isn't that?
Are you garbage? They're great. Yeah, with Kevin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick, man. I'm down for
Yeah,
whatever,
we
man.
yeah. We'll make it happen after this.
Yeah.
Sick.
We got another 2 hours. I hope you guys are fine with this.
Nah, bro, I'm
Screaming
having
for 3
I'm having a
hours.
great
Yeah.
time, man.
You got some current events, Jen?
Yeah, I do.
some-
But
okay.
quick question for Fuhad and James as well. Just as a producer, you guys do the reaction videos. Do you guys get demonetized for playing other videos?
We did at the beginning, but we started to manipulate what we react to so we don't get demonetized anymore. I think the first 2
Yeah, so what you need
got
to do
demonetized,
is
yeah.
you need to exclusively react to TikToks.
Yeah.
TikToks.
Yeah. And also try and make sure they're original TikToks because a lot of TikToks are just repurposed
Yeah.
YouTube
Oh,
yeah,
content.
yeah.
That's a good point.
So make sure it's not repurposed YouTube content. I'm not gonna lie, our editor goes through hell. Every week he uploads an episode. I think at least 2 clips get cut
Yeah, that was
for
good.
copyright. But so far, I think apart from one, every video on our Reacts channel is monetized.
That's great.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's doing really, really well.
Yeah.
That's a good note, Jen.
And also, James, when did you get your neck tattoo? Because I'm curious if you were.
Oh, let me see, James.
Do you have one to it or
No, I've got no tattoos.
I'm a big anime fan, so I have this is from Naruto. It's an Akatsuki cloud. I got this. I remember when we were still working.
Yeah.
I said as soon as I quit my job, I'm gonna get tattoo on my neck, so no one
you
will
go.
ever.
That's
employ
when you
me
know
again.
there's no going back.
Yeah. No one will ever give me.
Whenever I
trouble
see a
again.
guy with a neck tattoo, I'm like, okay. All right.
There's no
Anime,
9 to
that's
5.
a bold move.
He's not going to
Oh,
work
dude,
at the
I've got
bank.
another anime. I'm balls deep in anime,
Yeah,
dude.
I'm kind of a muscular nerd in a good way.
Exactly, man.
I want to get one on my neck for my kiddos, but it's always dicey.
You just
Why
always
is it
you've been
dicey?
flirting with that idea.
I've always wanted neck, always.
You should do it, man.
Always wanted neck.
Yeah,
What's up to
I
you?
sold this TV show, and then I think about it. I'm like, if I'm on TV with the neck, I don't
Oh,
know.
bro, those times are over, man. Get out of your head.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
Loads of people have tattoos on their neck.
Yeah.
It's never, ever, ever, ever
Yeah, if you're,
been an issue.
for me, it'd be 56. Just get a unicorn. Like, what
It's a
the
nice
fuck is-
distraction from the
Bro, maybe James, seriously.
Dude,
I'm playing.
James,
you
I
do
got-
it, you look like David Dukes. Like people just assume you're in the KKK at your age with it. Yeah,
Wow.
If I really,
Damn,
yeah, you
dude.
can't, dude.
damn,
You can't. You, like
I mean, if it was a swastika, maybe. But
just anything.
I would
Even
get-
if it was
I would
like
get shits and digs right here.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, do it, bro.
Do that.
Yeah, just get my face there. Yeah, and just bottom boy underneath.
In bold.
bottom boy,
B2.
Boy,
bottom boy.
ah, fuck it.
What do you got, Jid?
It's only gay if you're smiling. All right.
This isn't a pouch. This is a pouch. What's up, guys? If you're like me, I used to use white nicotine pouches all the time, nonstop, whatever it was. If you saw me on a podcast, your boy had it in. If you saw me on stage, I had it in. If I'm at the gym, I had nicotine in my mouth at all times. And then I found Black Buffalo. They make the same great flavors that you know. We're talking about mint, wintergreen. They got my favorite, the straight, and they're all tobacco free. That means no tobacco stem or leaf is in these, and they're made in the US of A. US of A product, so you know it's good. It's Black Buffalo. So if you're 21 or older and you use nicotine or tobacco, head on over to Black Buffalo. That's blackbuffalo.com.
You kind of already touched on this, but if you want to go even deeper into this whole thing where John Jones got injured, he was supposed to fight Stipe
you know this?
Miocic.
No.
Oh, he tore his pec or something, right?
Yeah,
Dude, tore his back
training.
off the bone.
What?
Then
Ooh.
Dana goes, all right, we got a new fight for the interim belt of Tom Aspinall, fellow Englishman,
Yeah,
Tom
yeah.
Aspinall, who's a savage, versus Sergey Pavlovich, and that'd be for the interim belt. But it makes no sense because John's out probably a year, and then
man.
I don't know if it's common knowledge, but John and Stipe, who were originally supposed to fight in 2 weeks in Madison Square Garden, both were going to retire. The plan was for both of them to retire after this fight. It's like a legendary fight. But now I feel like the UFC dropped the ball a little bit. Like just
Yeah.
make the new fight for the actual vacant belt.
Yeah, for sure.
How the fuck did he?
So do you think he's going to come back in a year, or do you think he's just going to sack it off?
Yeah, I don't know because he's not young. He's
Yeah,
38, torn
He's
pec.
38.
No, 36, I think.
I think
Look
he's
out,
36. Yeah, I think he's 36.
But that's a lot of miles on a 36-year-old,
Yeah.
right?
He's been doing it for a
But
hot
he hasn't
second.
taken a lot of damage besides the Gustafsson fight and stuff.
He's taking some damage.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, man. Is he?
Aspinall is a minus 130 favorite.
But the
If you gave
bats don't
Aspinall a 12-week camp, I would have him as a minus 300. Your boy Tom Aspinall should be the heavyweight champion of the world, I think. He's
Really?
the most talented dude. He's so fucking
And
talented.
you think he would give John fits?
He's the only guy who can give John Fritz. Yep.
oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a savage.
I haven't
He's
seen too
really
many of
close
his
with
fights.
Fury, too.
Oh,
They
yeah?
trained together. Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
They do train together.
Yep. They've trained together. Yeah. They came up together. Yeah.
Shit.
Do we think you would know after Francis fights on Saturday? Do you think Dana's going to give him a shout, try and sort something out, or do you think it's the boat sailed?
Oh, man. I think Fury beat Francis, and then Fury's going to fight Usyk, right? They announced that.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it, but I
He's
think
promoting his
for that.
second fight before he's even had
really?
this
They
fight.
announced it late. So they announced Francis Tyson,
Yeah.
and then they announced Tyson and Usyk.
Usyk.
It was so disrespectful.
Piss take.
But Tyson on Ariel was saying, he's like, because Ariel was like, dude, I feel like that was bad taste. Like, do that. And Tyson goes, I agree with you 100%. That was out of my control.
Oh, damn.
He was like, I had nothing to do with it. He goes, notice I didn't announce it. He's like, those Saudis where it's at. He's like, they announced it. He's like, and I have no say in it. He's like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
That makes it look like I'm overlooking Francis, which is not the case. He's like, so I agree, bad taste.
I'd
Like,
say
oh,
if
that's dope.
Francis looks fairly good in this fight, which is a tall order, I think Dana will come and knocking. But if Francis gets knocked out or made to
He'll
look
get knocked
silly,
out.
yeah,
He'll get knocked out.
Well, I agree, but I think if he's also made to look completely just silly,
what if Francis wins?
He ain't gonna win.
But what if Francis wins?
Yeah, if he caught
it'll
him,
be,
yeah.
it'll be
yeah.
the biggest thing for him, and he'll be in the UFC.
Oh, it'd be
before
the
you
biggest
can-
upset in combat sports history.
Yeah.
Tyson's the best to ever do it.
Yeah.
Best to ever put on gloves. Nobody's better. If he gets knocked out by an MMA guy who's never boxed,
The rematch
What?
money would be crazy.
Yeah.
and what's interesting, there's no rematch clause. Fury hates rematch clauses.
I bet.
Oh, fair.
So Ariel's asking me, he's like, why no rematch clause? And Tyson, he's like, that's so stupid. He's like, it takes away the hype from the
main,
first fight.
yeah. Yeah,
exactly.
Because they're like, oh, if he loses, we know what's next. So he's like, so I never do it. He was like, that's why the Usyk fight got held up. Usyk's like, we have to have a rematch clause. And he's like, no, if the fight's good, the fans are going to see it. We don't have to, if they know it's guaranteed, then it takes away from
That's the same with the Wilder stuff. Like that got so boring. Like it's so exciting at the start, and then just like rematch. It's just like
It sucks.
yeah.
Tyson's dead on
makes
there.
you forget the first fight even
Yeah,
happened.
agree.
Yeah. It's
What
true.
else you got, Jen?
All right, this made headlines recently too. So UFC and Bud Light are now partnering up for like a 6-year deal. And you know, ever since the controversy with Bud Light and promoting
Smartest
still
thing
in
Bud
the-
Light could do.
They must have
What'd you
backed
say?
up the Brinks truck
Oh, yeah.
to get in with the
Well,
UFC.
so Bud Light, just for some context,
Wait, well, hold on. Was Bud Light? Do you guys know the Bud Light controversy? Was it
I
going
heard
down
about it
UK?
ages ago, but I
yeah,
can't
it's
even
an
remember.
American
Give me
thing.
the.
So Bud Light's
okay.
an American. It's always been an American, like sort of standby.
It's like the go-to,
It's-
right?
Yeah, staple.
It's just what bros drink when they're watching sports,
Sports, yeah.
etc. and they sponsored Dylan Mulvaney, who is a transgender
I remember now.
female.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, really?
Like the transgender.
Like, get the fuck
yeah.
out of here with this.
Okay.
And it creates such a backlash that they had to close down 3 breweries that make Bud Light. I don't know if you know
Wow.
that, but 3 breweries.
The stock
and they don't
tank.
know how to get it back. They couldn't get it back.
Dude, people at my shows would like I was gonna take a picture with these guys, and they had their hands behind their back, and I'm always like, whoa. And there's like 6 dudes after one of my shows. I'm like, what are you guys doing? He's like, don't make fun of us, man. I'm like, what? He's like, all they had was Bud Light. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Is that
dude.
serious?
Dude, I was at a baseball game with my brother, and he wanted a beer, and you order electronically, and we were at the Padres game, and it said like Modelo, Coors Light, they're all like $18. Bud Light, $7. And when I ordered the beer, the guy came by and go, hey bro, real quick, anybody ordering Bud Lights? He goes, not one.
Not one.
He goes, that's how bad.
That is crazy.
And he
It
goes,
was a
people just
violation
they don't
of
want to deal
American,
with the
like of the traditional, it's like, it was like, if you guys think that we are behind you guys being sponsored by this person who is deciding they're a woman, it rubbed everybody.
It was that, and then also if you drink when you crave cock. That's
Nice.
That
is a problem.
That is the
that was the biggest
that's
issue.
what I've heard.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Great. I'm sorry, guys, for his bigotry. I've got to get out of here because I can't.
But how smart of Bud Light to be like the most manly
the
sport in the world? Like, we want to be on the octagon.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I bet Dana was like, cool, here's the amount. And they're like, say less. We're in.
Yeah. Because that's Anheuser-Busch. They own everything, right? So Anheuser-Busch owns everything, but that is the one, that was their staple. That was such a popular beer. And
3 breweries. That's another thing. Like you guys take over here, like loyalty and like patriotism and everything, like really seriously.
Nationalism.
We don't give a shit. like, a
well,
damn.
the UK is such a melting pot.
Yeah, it really is.
And there really is less, and you guys would speak on this way more, but there really is, I feel, less quote unquote entrenched racism in general. I'm not saying, but the US has this legacy of slavery.
Yeah.
It's really tender. So I'm on stage and if I bring up something like I had this joke about being a little bit racist because I was playing pickup basketball and I went with there was my friend who's Korean. Yeah, but there was a guy who's Korean who I'd known, and there was a random black guy, and I chose the random black guy, but we won. When I say that, it doesn't matter what audience, it gets quiet as fuck.
Tight.
It's all tight, like tight. Anything you say, anytime you mention race, anytime you mention,
I think it's the climate now, like from
Yeah.
2020
I think you're right.
to now, like
but
everyone's
Americans
like,
have always been
because they don't know if to laugh or not.
Yeah, we
The Britain's just always been a little bit.
Yeah,
more.
so like I remember since we've like recently, or not even recently, the last couple of years, I would get a lot of messages of people saying like, thinking about moving to the UK. We're an interracial couple. I don't know how it's going to go down over there. Like, what can I? Because I'm mixed race myself. They're like, I don't really know how to navigate it. Is there any places I should stay away from? I was like, I don't understand. What do you mean? Yeah, what's the? I don't understand the question.
Yeah, because I'm at being my age. I remember in the 80s, 90s, where it was commonplace. In Britain, like interracial relationships were what it was a thing.
Yeah.
The US was, in the 80s and 90s, it was still a
Taboo.
like not taboo, but
Interesting.
and
like
people
risk
wouldn't
taker.
say it, but man,
Risk
it was a thing.
taker.
It was a thing.
Wrist around.
And by the way, another issue that people never talk about is when you were mixed race in this country, and to an extent, not that's gone, but to an extent for a long time, up until about 15 minutes ago, when you were like a mixed race, and you were, especially if you were black, finding your place in a black community as somebody who had a white father and a white, that was dicey.
Till Drake came along. Yep.
Yeah, till Drake.
down.
But there was that idea that was a whole issue.
Yeah, I remember growing up, they used to, I don't know what channel it would have been on here, but we used to have a channel called Trouble.
Yeah.
And it would have, what was the, so it would always have like my wife and kids on it. It was a show called One on One, I think it was.
Yeah. Arnez. Yeah.
And Arnez was mixed race. And they would always bully him for being mixed race. And I didn't understand, like,
Why?
it's not a thing.
Yeah.
In the UK.
Yeah.
So they were like, he's only half black, like, don't listen to him. And I'm like, the fuck is this? It doesn't like, in the UK, if you're like mixed race, you're seen as black.
Yeah.
It's not, you're not considered half white, you're just black.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, seeing that was like, damn, this is really weird. And I remember going to Disneyland in Florida years ago, and some guy pulled me to the side and was like, I was with my dad and my stepmom, not the interracial couple, and then the guy pulled me aside and was like, "Oh, you guys are British. Like, how does this go? Like, how does this relationship go?"
Like what?
Yeah, and I was like, "What the?"
Someone pulled you aside.
Yeah, and it was some black guy. It was a black guy. He was like, "Oh, does he have any, like, do you guys have any trouble over there?" I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Disneyland, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get on Splash Mountain, bro.
But correct me if I'm wrong. In London, like in Paris, there are entire neighborhoods that, for example, are Arabic. You know what I mean? Like so you'll be walking down London and you'll have like the majority of women are hijabs. It's crazy. So it's.
But I didn't realize the thing either being mixed. When then I saw some singer, she was so hot, but they call her Yellowbone. And then she was just getting like brutally hated on for being Yellowbone. I was like,
there was a whole thing about that.
Yeah, she was. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. This was a huge thing.
Her?
She's fucking.
I've never seen this person in my life.
Beautiful.
Nah,
she's
what's
a
she saying?
dime.
She's with Chris Brown. I can't remember what it's
She was
called, though.
dating the
She's
baby.
unreal.
Yeah, she had a
Jesus.
baby with the baby. I think.
Look at her. Bring that up. Look, just look at her
the
right
red- that
there.
one,
No
yeah,
makeup
that-
right there. Look at
one
that.
is a special picture.
Fuck you.
She's got a kid with the baby.
I think so,
That's
yeah.
probably why she's
Good
bullied.
God, that's ridiculous. And she can sing. Come on, man.
That
I
bottom
love my
left,
wife.
Curly.
I love my wife. I love my wife. I love my
crazy.
wife.
Yeah,
Fair play
she's
to her.
stupid.
And
pretty,
Chris
yeah.
Brown, of course. Yeah.
Decent.
Good for her.
You bring up all the work. I want to see. All right, never mind.
no more. What
Bring
else
up
you
the
got,
worst
Chick?
pictures.
Yeah. So Sanaz has one here.
Okay, got a little throwback and a little Seinfeld action. So again, in this country, we sue people when our coffee's too hot.
Cool.
So this woman is literally suing Dunkin' Donuts right now because the coffee was too hot.
She got $3 million.
She spilled it, but it gave her like 3rd-degree burns on her thighs.
well,
right?
it's coffee, B.
But 3rd-degrry. But sometimes even at Starbucks, like when I order coffee, I'm like, "Who's this for?" It's fucking lava, man. Like I gotta wait 40 minutes to drink this shit. Like, what are we doing here? And when my dad orders, he's like, "Can you make it extra hot?" I'm like, "What's wrong with you?
Extra
What the
hot.
fuck is wrong with
That
you?"
was boiled, bro.
Yeah,
Well, boiling is
yeah.
just boiling.
I didn't know there was another stage of 100 degrees.
There's a level, yeah. It's
Jesus
fucking for
Christ.
robots.
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell's gonna drink.
Yeah, you
it.
guys have a mad sue culture, right?
Yeah, it's
fuck yeah.
guns and then suing.
Yeah.
like that's American.
Guns.
We were,
Yeah,
we
and
were in
trucks.
what was it, in the parking lot the other day, and Jacob was trying to drive through, and the pillars were like so close. So he asked the security, like, "Oh, can you help me gauge if I can go through?" And I was like, "Nah." I don't want any of this.
He's like, "Nah, that's on you,
He's like,
fam."
"Please, I need your help." He's like,
He's like, "I want that trouble." Yeah, hell
If you're
no.
on a plane and you need aspirin, you're not getting aspirin.
Oh, really?
They're not going to give you aspirin. They won't even give you aspirin really at a hotel. You have to buy it because they could be like,
Remember we were talking about that dude? Nope.
I don't know how to read things. I don't know.
Sorry, man.
What is it? What happened?
Usually,
Sorry.
come on, now I'm in front
Man,
of
you
my
pulled your
friends,
hand back.
man. Now I'm in front of my friends,
Yeah,
man.
you pulled your hand
Usually
back
I'd
right
be cool,
quick.
man.
Yeah. Fuck, I gotta
But
get
remember
in
we're talking
trouble.
about that dude on the plane who tried taking over and he was like putting the stops on the airplane? Remember I told you he's tripping? He was on shrooms.
Oh, fuck.
Called it. Yep.
Oh, dude.
he got into the cockpit.
Yeah, and then he was a pilot himself, and he was gonna put it in park, like in
he
the
was
air.
on
so
shrooms.
I
crashes.
saw that.
Turn the
It
engines
was like
off.
88 people on the plane
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He
You
was on
can't do
shrooms.
mushrooms like that.
Yeah.
I'm
That could have
telling
been you, Brian.
Didn't
Bro.
you say, was he on mushrooms?
I said that.
Yeah.
I was like, he just wasn't going up there trying to stop it. He was
So
tripping
my
out
friend
on
called me and
something.
said on Rogan, he goes, "Hey, dude, you're on Rogan. Do yourself a favor. Don't rub your beard for 20 minutes and say nothing." Apparently for 20
said
minutes I was
nothing.
doing this. I was
You said nothing.
Because Eddie was freaking me out. You know when you're on mushroom, you guys don't know.
I was trying to rip jokes, and
Yeah, I
usually
don't
Brian would get him, and he was all,
Oh, man, I was like,
"Give me something, dude."
yeah, I'm like trying to keep up because Eddie was talking fast and using his hands a lot. So I was like, I can't handle this right now.
I would have a panic attack. I say that's why I can't
Can't
dabble
delve
dabble in those.
Fuck.
the devil's arts.
Yeah, the devil's art, the black magic. I
Yeah,
can't
the
do
dark
it, man.
arts I don't get down with.
Rogan was laughing so hard. I talked to him yesterday. He's like, you took
true.
too many. I'm like, you could have told me that they're that strong.
I feel like you're old enough to figure it out, though. You
Well,
know?
no, because he's
That's
fucking
fair, bro.
No,
It's
dude.
It's not like he's some young
No, because
kid.
he has.
We're like, man,
No,
what
no.
are you doing?
If Rogan gives you something, just know
Peer
it's
pressure.
It's the I don't have any
That's
character.
what we're getting to.
Yeah, I have no
He
backbone.
asked
I'm a
for it.
crustacean.
Oh, you asked for it?
Yeah.
I wanted it because I was like, let me just. I just want a little bit just to see what happens.
Wait,
I
what
wanna
did
play
you
with
just
my
say?
mind. What happened?
You're a what?
Crustacean? I don't have a backbone.
I thought you said you're crushed.
Yeah. Don't say it. Don't say it. Yeah. We thought you said something else.
What do you think I said?
Crushed something.
Yeah.
Crushed.
Yeah, you can put 2 and 2 together.
I thought it was like a play on suppression. Yeah. I was like, yeah, dude, that's
Crushed
like,
Asian? That would be weird. What is that?
dude, who knows? Maybe didn't say anything.
Some American term.
Yeah, I dress up like an Asian. I have people pile on. It's called crushed Asian.
Likes the weight. Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, with
Crushed
well, I
Asian.
take hand to cock.
I see how you guys get there.
They actively want it.
And he said, "Get on me,
don't say
boys! Get on me!"
All right, cool.
What else you got?
Sorry,
Jim?
sorry.
Yeah, dude was on
I
shrooms.
can't believe your lady over there just covered her face. I apologize.
Oh, she's having
Not
the
your
worst-
lady, but your manager.
Yeah, she thinks this is a PR absolute nightmare.
Sorry,
She's
yeah.
having a horrible time. That's her
I
job.
know.
So
I
She's all,
apologize.
well
I apologize. Yes.
Not coming
Well, I
back.
told you this is where we go. You guys started it. What were we talking about? Mushrooms. All right, moving on.
What's this, Jen?
So this is it's a very popular Instagram handle called Turons of National Parks, which means Turon is like a tourist moron.
Yeah.
So this guy
Okay.
is next to a giant freaking moose,
a
and
moose.
I'll just
Yeah.
play the video for you.
biggest animal in the world, by the
People
way.
are so stupid, man.
They do this in national parks
dumb.
over here all the time.
You're so dumb, dude.
Oh my god.
Go away.
Oh my god.
Who decides?
And that's a lady?
No, it's a man.
It's a dude.
You can tell he's an asshole by the way he's
Oh,
dressed.
he's getting closer.
But watch what happens when the
I believe he's
moose.
from Japan, and he's
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, he acted dead.
by the way.
He played
But he
dead.
did
Yeah.
the right thing.
He gave up ass first. He's just like,
Well, it's not necessarily the right
Take
thing.
it.
It's not the right thing because a lot of times you get trampled. That's people have died that way.
Oh,
He got lucky though. But I mean, he's so stupid. There's so many stupid people at these national
also,
parks.
who are you doing it for?
Facts.
The gram?
Yeah, literally.
To walk up to a grown ass moose?
I go under. You go under and you grab the neck
Nuts?
and you do this and you hold on.
You ride?
like that and you go shh.
where did you learn that, Brian?
Jiu-jitsu. Yeah, bro, I
Nice.
train, and I'm not a triple white belt. You know what I'm saying? Be honest. That's fucking a little impressive.
Sorry, I can't see.
The microphone's
The
in the way.
arm of this is
The
covering your
arm
entire
is
bicep.
blocking it. Yeah.
I have small arms.
Brian,
I have
dude.
small arms.
Brian's built like Kermit the Frog. Yeah.
Shut up. That's not true. I have legs. Tight jeans. These jeans are way too tight for me, man.
What do you got, Chin?
Fucking hurting.
Give
Let's
us one
see.
more.
Okay. Oh, you want to do the one?
I don't want it to
Well,
end.
if you got two good ones, give me that.
Sure.
Oh, and here's Sinas.
Okay, well, in light of our guests, I figured we'd go a little UK for this one. I don't know about you all, but you guys need to watch your spinach in the UK because
What in
this
God's
woman
name is that?
found a frog in her bag of spinach.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I
in
would
the
sue.
UK.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
I
so
would
That's,
sue.
I was going to say, that's a lawsuit thing.
Yeah.
No, it's not because if you scroll down, the Center for Disease Control
Yeah.
actually said sometimes raw fruits and vegetables contain harmful germs that can make you and your family sick, such as Salmonella, E. coli, and Listeria. So that is their get out of jail free card.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we
That's
warned you.
bonkers.
Or frogs.
Yeah.
And she didn't notice it
That
until
frog-
she
That's
was
no. With the cream sauce, she got all the way through it.
Yeah, she did. By the way,
Yeah, she mixed it up.
Yeah, and I'm smelling. I'm a little suspect. I got skeptical.
We've seen that before.
Yeah. So
When they try to sue him.
Right. I don't buy it because the way they wash those things, the way
He's
they
a small
process that,
frog,
you're not
though.
getting a frog in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's on there. Does she toss it? It's too convenient.
Crazy. That's disgusting. I remember, when years ago I bought like a pack of like bell peppers, and I opened it up and it had like 4 caterpillars inside it.
No.
Yeah, so I rang up the supermarket and they were like, "Bro, it's organic. Like, it's your
That's
problem."
organic.
Yeah, it's organic. Like, you should
They're
be
like
happy.
they're caterpillars, pussy. You pussy.
My buddy.
What do you want us to do?
My buddy
take
bit
them off.
He bit into chicken, and he broke his tooth. Oh, Trader Joe's. There was glass in the chicken.
How?
I don't know how, but it's a thing. They had an issue with it like 5 months before that. So I have a friend who's a lawyer. He calls my friend. I remember he's a trainer and
Got that?
and he literally broke his tooth, and he was like, I'm gonna make $1 million off this shit. Like, I'm gonna make all the money. So he hires my friend is a lawyer. So funny. He goes, I had to go to the dentist and everything. I got pictures, and the lawyer goes, so what do you want to do? And he goes, I want to make, they owe me money. And my friend is a lawyer goes, what do you think you're going to make? He goes, I don't know, man. This feels like a 6-figure thing. He goes, you're going to make, they'll pay you maybe 12 grand, but I think it'll be closer to 9 grand for your dentistry if we push them.
Oh, damn.
And yeah, so you don't, they know this stuff is going to happen. It's like, you're not going to,
Jesus.
unless you find a human finger in there and they can prove it, you're not going to. I don't know why I told you that story.
No, it was.
I was waiting for
ended
it.
so
There was a
bad.
lot of
Yeah.
build up.
Yeah.
A lot of build up for 9
You know when
grand.
you're telling a story and you're like, "Fuck, I got to come up with something."
Yeah, just
better.
make some
Like,
live
what if
one.
somebody's got to die, or there's got to be a car chase in this.
Yeah.
and then nothing.
He got on his phone during your story. I wish I was him. Well, you're telling him like, oh,
You're like
man. We have friends here.
You
It's
just- they just
I respect
faint.
your bravery though, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
buddy. I appreciate
shoot or
it.
shoot.
I know
guess,
I can always count on you.
Anything else, Chin?
That's it.
Fuck is this? It's so disrespectful.
So no U.S. tour announced dates right now.
No,
so
not
nothing
yet.
going on
So
right now.
none of our tour dates for next year have been announced yet, but got some big ones. It should be good. Yeah, I need to gossip about it. I haven't told anyone. So after the cameras, I'll tell you where we're playing
Yeah.
next year.
We don't.
But
Right.
I need to gossip. But yeah, nothing locked in yet.
To be
but
announced.
You got
just
some. You
fan
got some good
service.
restaurants lined up. You gonna eat? You guys foodies?
Yeah,
we love our food.
Where did
We
we
love our
go
food.
the other day? Catch?
Catch
Went
is
to
great.
Catch.
We went there.
Catch is great. That's a scene too.
Merwa.
Catch is scene too.
Merwa.
Merawah was some
Good food yesterday at top of a hotel.
We got some recommendations.
I went to last time here. We went to one of your recommendations. Though, was it Scopa?
Scope was
Scope is
great.
good, right?
Yeah, that was good.
The
Okay.
Branzino was amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely
Great
amazing.
steak,
I
too.
love that you guys listen. I love that shit.
Yeah,
you
man,
guys,
for sure.
You guys are making some good stops. Catch.
Yeah,
and
man,
Scope
it's
are
been good so far.
Yeah.
Jet lag has killed me.
Oh yeah.
I'm
That's
okay
tough.
today. I had a 10:30, 7:30 sleep, so I was
Yeah,
great.
nah,
Oh, damn.
I've been a mess,
Yeah.
man. I've been waking up at like 4 a.m. every day.
The worst.
Wide
You gotta
awake.
take naps, unfortunately, like during the
It's
day.
brutal, but we've had a good time, man. This has been.
We know you guys are busy, man. We're fans over here.
Thank you
Come on,
very much,
huge
man.
fans.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Keep on trucking, fellas.
Yeah,
Nothing
killing
but
it.
the best.
Killing it.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you, fellas.
Yeah, we
Thank you,
appreciate
man.
you.
Gang.
That's fucked.